One moment while I finish this stupid thing in Hogwarts mystery.
Okay.
You're doing great.
It erased my progress.
God damn it! Really?
I'm
Fuck
dying.
it. Screw that game.
Yeah, it's getting really dumb.
It's
More
they haven't
dumb
let
than
us
usual.
romance anybody for a long time, so it's pointless. So, and Marulla's all mad now at me.
Who's mad?
Oh, it's in the stupid game. Anyway, we're all here now.
My mom was also forever ago.
And it's 7:15, so shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Welcome, everyone, to the Bone Arrow.
Ooh.
So, no music is playing. Give me 1 second.
Oh shit!
It's because this moment is just so serious.
Yes.
Do you know why there's a lantern on the base?
Because of the Bray Wyatt photos where he's holding a lantern.
Definitely because of Bray Wyatt.
Those are such cool photos, though.
He's a
He's a really good performer.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
And actually a great actor, which makes it better. Anyway, wrestling. Last time on Welcome to the Bone Era, you had been
Future.
sent into the future
And then emotionally compromised.
and then emotionally compromised.
That's all the recap that's needed.
You had to fight through the city streets of a ruined marsh town, which is a town in Honduras. And you had to fight a bunch of dudes, lots of weird angel beasts, and weird Morlos aligned soldier people. This was, harrowing. You had decided to go help Johanna and Veneer instead of Nigel and Vidar. So you went up on the ramparts and you fought, and Johanna and Veneer had their own things to take care of, but said it was good to see you and try not to die, and you headed off to the north. You ran into Vidar and Nigel who had been killed,
More emotionally compromising moments.
and my poor gay wizards were sad. Vidar,
We
though,
stand
was
our poor gay wizards.
Vidar being an elf, quite an interestingly stoic individual, regardless of the bad situation, and still somehow had hope left. And y'all moved forward as the paramedics basically took them away. You then found the big-ass portal. I allowed Jason to cheat a bit in order to fire off two.
If you want, we can say that I did a wall of fire, which would have reached.
I'm cool
both
with
of them, but
cool. It was rule of cool. It was an awesome move.
we will not
And
do that again. Now we
Perhaps
know.
you will gain the ability to do it later because it's cool. But you'll have to go through some fucking trials.
We'll have to go through trials.
Regardless, you did 2 fireballs and blasted parts of the crystals off, which you assumed were the things holding the portal open. You basically got slaughtered the fuck out of by 3 more devas there. But in a last sort of ditch effort, Lilia used, as everybody was lying dead or dying on the ground, Lilia used the glass ball that she had acquired from Joseph, or not Joseph, and it turned out to be a level 5 fireball, and was able to explode the final crystal and close the portal. A planetar, a Morloth's planetar, came up to her and said, we'll see you later, basically. And that Escondula was not safe either, and killed Lilia. You all were in the void for a bit, voiding it out.
Vibe check.
Being dead. And a few of you basically, Kuren first was able to figure out that this was like magically induced nonsense and was able to break out of it. And then Nala was able to break out of it as well. And Escondula woke everybody up with some sand magic and then sat you all down around the fire where he basically asked you, like, what did you learn? So class.
Yeah, right.
And y'all decided that, or y'all were told and figured out that basically on the current trajectory, without changing anything, it would be what you saw. And if you are able to acquire more allies and more help, you might be able to change things about the future, basically. And he gave you more cryptic shit about each other, specifically, and then snapped his fingers, and you were blasted out of the cave, harmed a bit by the teleportation spell, and you talked for a while, and Shar revealed that her name is Sayonara, the princess of Handere, Queen Zenar Handere's daughter.
Oh my god.
Who was forced to leave after her mother was poisoned. Then you walked back to the inn at the falls. Lilia decided to leave Daisy there for the good of Daisy.
We can send Daisy messages, though.
How you doing?
She like freaks out at somebody in the
God.
room.
That's so funny. Add to our call list. I guess instead we could
That's
talk
good.
to the guy.
Farminor.
No.
Parmenor, yeah. How is this?
Faramir.
We'll call Faramir.
Howdy. How's the
Marking
cat?
that down.
Tell me about my cat.
I'm gonna start keeping track of those, like Matt Mercer does.
What?
He keeps track of every time they make fun of his names and does something.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hey,
That's
so
funny. We don't mean it. We don't mean it.
but
You're such a good namer.
yeah, Fantasy Name Generators is such a good name.
Oh my god.
Some of them aren't fantasy name generators, but I have a tendency to aim for A and V names. So when I'm like, I can only think of A and V names,
Yeah.
I like go to a fantasy name generator just to get away from them.
Yeah.
My book has like so many A and V. It's just stupid. So many A names. It's like 100 A names in my novel, regardless.
There's a lot of names.
It's just names in general.
There's a lot of names.
Naming is hard.
But lots of A names. Anyway, y'all had a meal after this trying night, and y'all
Coco.
and some cocoa that Farmer was
The
able to
only trick I've got.
come up with, and you took your rest or meditation, as the case may be.
Yeah, I was gonna say we ended up going to bed like 2, 3 a.m. Right, like
Yeah,
super late.
it's pretty late.
Anyway, so I'm gonna wake up earlier than everyone, obviously, and like kind of like aim for like 5 a.m. like right crack of dawn esque. And I'm just gonna take like a walk around the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wake up. It's quiet. They're just starting to sort of open up what would be the Inn at the Falls restaurant area. But very groggily, tired morning. Nobody's really in
Super
there.
early.
Yeah. This isn't the type of dive-in where people have like passed out in the corner or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that in this particular facility. You go down. You're able to sort of quietly sneak out. And you take a walk around the city. As it is the crack of dawn, you see the sun begin to rise over not the horizon. What side of the fucking
It's east.
planet?
It's on the east side.
So it rises over the cliff.
Well, this is your planning.
Technically.
Doesn't the sun rise in the east?
It doesn't have to.
Yes, it doesn't have to.
It does on Crintovi as well. And that's over the cliffside.
Oh, okay.
That's neat.
Cool.
Like right over the ocean.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you are out in the city. Do you have any place you want to go?
Not particularly. I think I just want
So you just take a stroll?
to
Get more familiar with the
contemplating
area.
on a bad night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all did.
You
And then I'll wander back when everyone else is like kind of at breakfast. I'll come back for
So
that.
you take a jaunt around the city, contemplating, etc. It's very peaceful, calm, as the city always tends to be. but especially when it's the morning.
Are there any like, I don't know, billboards or things where people like put notices or posters or street art?
There is a notice board, which is outside the mayor's house, which you discover.
Cool.
The mayor's house is not much larger than everybody else's, but it seems sort of more official. It is on the hill, somewhere near the place that was doing gem cutting.
Oh, right.
But closer to the top of the hill. So it's like as soon as you start going down the cliff, there's a big house, and it is labeled as the mayor's house. And it gives the name of the mayor, and actually it doesn't.
What's the name of
it
the
doesn't
mayor?
say mayor; it says Gentar, which is
Gentar.
what in Esari
Sorry
the
for
mayor
mayor.
is. And it transliterates it below it. It doesn't say mayor, but you assume based on everything else about it and the notice board and the officialness and the guards outside that you assume that it is. And it says Gentar Mancolin.
Mancolin?
Mancolin. Great, good job, Cameron.
Mancolin, got it.
Mancolin. It's probably Mancolin.
Does he have a scar on his lip?
Oh, Tess thinks she can make it, but won't get here till 8:30.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Sweet.
scratches.
Please reply to her that that's
I got
awesome. Anyway, so he's there. The guards sort of nod at you. They don't seem afraid by your presence or anything. And there is a notice board.
I just want to examine it.
There are a few notices about jobs for merchants and like merchant ships, because there are some people who travel from different distant lands to trade here, and then they go back on the ship. There are people looking for deckhands and things like that, as well as bodyguards. There are jobs around the city, security jobs, that sort of thing. There is a notice about a performance of a dancing troupe, dancing and music, like a bardic troupe that's happening a couple days from now. In the center of the city where the market is.
Cool.
And there is a large notice off to the right of the board that says the next caravan out of the city will be leaving in 3 days. And if you want to join up, you have to find a man named Jeremiah.
Great. I will make note of that.
Great.
Does it have any other information other than his name is Jeremiah?
They'll be meeting Jeremiah. You get the feeling based on how it's written.
Yeah.
Like just find Jeremiah. You know what to do. They're so used to people like who have done this trip a bunch of times that they don't give any description.
Great.
But they do say that in 3 days they'll be meeting on the western end of the city, near the Temple of the Loose Sands, in order to head
3
out
days?
in the desert in 3 days in
Okay.
the morning. But you do need to sign up. Find Jeremiah.
Cool.
In that notice, it also says, like, the desert is dangerous. Be warned if you haven't made the trip before.
Warding.
If you're someone who can do fighting, we would love to have you along. Basically.
Even better.
I don't know what that is. Never fought.
Never
ever.
fought before.
Ever.
What?
I'm just a little girl.
So as you wander around the city some more, and you'd make note of that, and you take a look at the wonderful sights, there are some ships coming in and going out as well as you head down the cliff.
Is
Fishing
Ernesto?
ships
Oh,
and
sorry.
things.
Is Ernesto's ship still there?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Ooh.
I was gonna call him in the morning.
25.
You do not see the deep water.
He left me. Just kidding.
Cool.
He did that in the
Yeah,
morning.
you had a
We
whole
did that.
thing. Yeah.
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 Not that you would know.
No, I haven't read it.
Oh.
You told me what happens. But anyway,
Not really.
yeah. I also haven't read Max. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Thousands
at
of
this.
words of fluff and
I need to reread everybody's thing anyway because there are a few things. Like apparently, Tess was like rereading her backstory, and she was like, "Oh, I lived in Marshtown for a while." I'm like, "Oops." Oh well.
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Or maybe she just didn't want to mention it.
I mean, it was pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole day.
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm just taking shit. Okay.
sure. As you guys all wake up, a few hours later, it's 9 o'clock, something like that. It is bustling downstairs, as it always is, with people eating their breakfasts and getting ready for the day. You notice that Char's not here, Kieran especially. What would you like to do, though, as you
Your
wake
child. Morning, Nala.
Morning. I'm starving.
We did go through a lot yesterday, so I think we've earned a good feast.
Meal, yes.
Yeah.
I'll go down to get some food.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight
Okay.
downstairs and look for Char.
So
I'm gonna
you-
wander back while everyone's just in breakfast
You
time.
head downstairs. It's not Farminor. It's the other guy who I forget the name.
Like the other owner.
Eowyn?
Did you say Eowyn?
Kieran's gonna die this episode.
No, it's
I'm telling you, like, I prepared a story for my next character.
it's Mintalo, the other
don't care about
the
your
other
kid.
Esari, who had been one of the workers, the host, who wasn't Farminor, but greets you and guides
and
you
not
to a
Farminor.
table. You have
Near
to cross the bridge this time inside, and you do get another seat next to the river as it flows calmly next to you, and then cascades over the cliff, and you can see out the glass windows to the east. You see, as you get downstairs, Shar times it perfectly because screw you looking for and Shar.
I mean, I would have just only gone to the dining room and then just given up on looking for her.
Post up with your hat.
Yeah, you know, disappointed father.
Yeah.
Where have you
But Shar comes in. Shar comes in and finds the seat with you guys, and you are brought some more excellent food for the wonderful price of 4 gold for everyone,
Gotcha.
like all together.
When
4 gold total.
Yeah.
Okay, so one gold
Prices
piece.
make no sense here because I can never remember what I tell you.
So let's just say it's 1 gold piece then.
Cool.
when Shar comes in, I'll pull a chair out for her, and then when she sits down, I'll put my arm around the back of your chair and just whisper, ask if you're okay.
Oh. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna give you a thumbs up.
Cool. Also, what are we eating for breakfast?
Well, you know,
Can I feed it to a cat if the cat is around?
the cat is
Part of
currently. They have gotten a bowl out and everything next to the host area,
So
next
she
to the
just really doesn't fucking
the
care.
pillow.
Oh my god. She's got-
I mean, as you eat breakfast, Daisy does come over and like rub against y'all.
Oh.
But you know,
Yeah, I'm just
pampered,
gonna, like,
pampered by Farminor.
Slip some.
Okay.
in lieu of Tess not being here, does she still have her orb or is it gone?
It's
Oh, that's shattered.
The orb is gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Wasn't
You're
sure if because it wasn't real if it was still.
Your diamonds are back,
Yeah.
but everything else you used was.
They better be. They better. I have like $700 worth of them.
So
I'd be very
we
upset.
definitely have now. It seems a timeline.
Well, we don't
have
know.
to. Well, it's assumed we have a rough estimate of various events that we need to be aware of that are.
I was
possibly
thinking way
to
more
happen.
short term when you said timeline.
Oh
you
no,
were
not
talking
for
about-
like today. I mean, like 6 months from now seems to be the first
Yeah.
big moment that'll happen, which seems to be both Salvador's story.
Today will be some sending.
I believe every day we might want to send something.
Well, but definitely today.
We also need to start brainstorming on who we can bring on board to help with the cause, as it were.
Or,
I might have an
Well,
idea
that
of where to
seems
start.
like we need to go
Redirecting.
back to the mainland and also to Taylor. Both of those places.
To Taylor,
yeah,
to
we need to
Penchard, even.
we need to redirect the cause of Resistenza to be something else. We know now that Salvador, while a terrible ruler,
I don't think the Omni Esari bullshit.
Pointedly rolls the die.
No long may he reigning in this
might
land.
be not the big issue. We need to make sure Resistenza is aware of it. I am definitely going to spend the majority of my day today just writing down the events that transpired these past few days.
You're a
I don't
very
know.
slow writer.
And yes, well, who knows? Who knows how?
Well, you were right.
pen with
you
your
were
claws.
because there was that whole time we weren't with you,
That's
and
the
then
thing,
maybe
I
we
would-
can all write in our own part of what happened, and then maybe we can send it to someone.
That's exactly what I was wondering. Is if I am actually able to learn how to make a teleportation circle, I do now have the sigil to Nigel's shop, and I can possibly send him not just us, but I can send him parcels and items such as a stack of our accounts, and let him be aware of what we saw instead of just 25 words.
Wow,
every single
that's
day.
great.
Very smart.
Yeah, if you want to write yours down, then I can write mine down. You can write yours down. We can all kind of
can
write
just
from
put
our
it
own
together.
perspective what happened and all
Shit
the
was fucked. The
all the
end.
necessary information.
Wait, perfect. Shit was fun.
You died.
So, if anyone's up for it, I'll
Waste.
hand out some of my paper
Paper?
from my stacks of paper.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
You all
writing.
have
We're writing
Okay.
shit. We're writing shit.
And you can
Calling.
call.
I'll
You
make
can
some
call
calls.
if you'd like.
So you all take the paper and writing utensils, which are able to be acquired, because there's graphite pencils in my world, and fountain pens, and you write down specifically.
Pretty much everything that happened since we arrived in Omni Esari. Not just the vision, but meeting the town and
The temple.
learning about the temple, the dragon,
Okay.
and then going into more detail about
Escondula.
and,
Okay.
and the vision itself proper.
So you all basically take extremely detailed notes. It only happened last night, but just for funsies, in case trauma happened, please everybody make an intelligence check for
Okay.
me.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
And someone roll for Lilia.
Natural 20.
Someone roll for
I'll
Lilia.
roll for Lydia since I'm not writing.
That's a
Right.
14.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know what her added thing is,
8.
but I rolled
Shit
a
was
6.
fucked. The
Hang
end.
on, wait.
I rolled a 6, but I don't know what her thing is
I got
to add
it.
to it.
Oh, yeah, I can look on it. That's not what I meant to click. Stupid, slow computer.
Well, are we able to help Lilia? Maybe she asks us some questions and we kind of remind her.
Since you're all working individually, this is more like a. I mean,
Okay.
it is an individual check, but also a group check.
Yeah.
What did you roll? What?
I did 14.
Her intelligence plus 2.
So she rolled a what?
A 6, so she got an 8.
She got an 8.
Okay.
Kieran, you're just sending messages, so you're not.
You're not
doing
writing anything down?
No, I'm figuring out what I'm going to say to people.
So Lilia and Wynn's accounts aren't as detailed, but only because they're either thinking about their own things or. Yeah, it's sort of like it feels like homework to you, which you've never experienced.
I got a natural 20 plus
Shar's
3.
massively detailed and basically like flawlessly detailed, as is and Nala's is quite good as well. Basically, between the two of you, you can get most of
got
what
it.
I
happened.
will stop at one point and be like, should we add the personal relationships we witnessed, like Jack and me?
Maybe don't. Yeah.
I'll omit any of those personal.
Just say who we ran
things.
into.
Who we
but
ran
not
into, but nothing.
that they were like dating. Do
Okay.
we want to? I think we got to mention that Nigel died.
We'll also
Yeah.
we'll,
So
we'll
I-
mention that as well. That
I
Nigel died.
literally had looked at a text when you said what your big plan was. Could you reiterate what your plan was?
If I actually do learn the spell of teleportation circle, if I could actually send
Just send
not
the
just
papers?
a person, like
Just
you know,
drop it
just
through the portal.
parcels.
Sure.
We'll like bind
Magic
it
parcel
together.
delivery.
Yeah.
if it
Okay,
were.
that's
We'll
what I
bind it
figured
together
based on the
after it's all
context.
done,
Just
yeah.
wanted to make sure. All right. So yeah, you have all that information, and you omit specifically personal relationships, but you do go into detail about who you ran into and
We're gonna date it.
what might have happened.
Yeah.
So dated as of today, or
Yeah.
dated as of 2 years ago?
No, as of
As of today, but we'll also be sure to notate the dates
The
or the
timeline of what
projected
happened.
dates of what happened
Based
and
on
where
what
we
people
were.
said?
yeah.
Great.
So we think 6 months from now this is gonna happen.
And with
We think-
Char's excellent roll, you can easily get those pretty much accurately. Basically, yes, roughly 6 months from now, based on what people said, something is going to go down between, like, as far as the war between like this story and Handere. Salvador died a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
according to Sabrina. Elena died like a month before that.
Yeah.
And Morlos was released a year ago from 2 years ago, or 2 years in the future. I'm going to have to re-listen to it.
I got it. I got these written down too somewhere.
I believe it was a year.
Yeah. Also, so basically the main thing we want to emphasize is Salvador is a pawn and
It's a distraction.
Resistentia needs to be focused on the
The
larger
stones,
issue.
yeah.
Cults. Yeah, the
Yeah.
cult of Morlos and the stones.
Yeah. And also, if we're still going after Salvador, figuring out how much of it is him and how much of it may be more loss.
And how much effort needs to be put into trying to bring him back to our side, I suppose.
Yeah.
If it's even worth trying that.
And how we need to get more allies, both from the north and the south.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
And then we bind it all together. I have a sewing kit.
It takes you a few hours to write this all out and make sure you're getting all the dates right and everything. You basically just keep getting, beverages and food and writing.
How much is that going to cost?
Another couple gold.
Okay.
But
Do we need to...
I'll put down the whole 4.
Okay.
You're the best.
Wait, 4 more
it
gold?
would be 6 total.
Oh,
Six
so
total?
2 more, just
Two
2 more.
extra
Because
two.
we each took out 1 already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yes, so you have this basically dissertation about this weird, interesting
This
experience.
weird.
And then
weird
knowledge, you
shit
want to
that
hang on to that? Do you want to write it?
Careful with the pillow hitting your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it and put it in my bag for later
Add
delivery.
dissertation.
Okay?
Here, I'll add it for you.
Dissertation.
Dissertation
add it
on
for
weird
you.
shit.
Omni Esari,
Yeah,
etc. Yeah. All right. So you do that? What else would you like?
I'm going to add it to your items, not your little extras. Actually, I will.
I am possibly interested to go by the temple and talk with any of the monks about when we were at the gem cutting area. They told us how they had dealings with the monks in gemstones. I'm wondering if they might have any magical materials for sale or anything like that.
They're
As
monks.
well as wouldn't be bad to inform the high priest about our interaction with Escondula and
Sure.
possibly also inform them of the vision we saw. How long are we expecting to stay in town? Do we know when we're going to be able to travel through the desert?
Oh, I tell everyone about the writ I found. I went walking around the city this morning, actually, that's where I went. I found a notice board, and there's this guy, Jeremiah, who takes caravans out through the desert. And if we find him, there's one leaving 3 days from now
All right.
in the morning.
I would like to ask the other gentleman that's not Farmanor
Okay.
where we may find this individual.
Mintalo comes over. Jeremiah, you are looking for, all right. He can normally be found in the marketplace. He often frequents this place in the evenings.
Okay.
He sits at the bar. He's a older man, no hair on the top of his head, hair on the sides, which is wispy and white, and he's missing an eye and wears an eye patch. Pretty easy man to find. He's an odd man, but he's gone through the endless, the silent expanse quite often. So
So he's human.
he is human. Yes.
I added it to your
Ah,
thing
thank
where
you.
you just write them in.
Thank you, Shar. Oh, he's making kissy faces at me.
No. Just making noises. Oh my god. Without realizing I was doing it. And then everyone stopped and looked at me.
All right.
Does anyone else have anything that they're interested in doing over the next few days, or just want to take it easy?
Well,
and
I have stuff I'd like to do.
All right.
Does anyone else want to go first?
Yeah. So we can move around these 3 days.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
well, we
eventually
can
have
move
to
around
call
here.
somebody.
yeah. What were your calls?
Yeah,
gonna
do you
be?
want to do your sendings first?
Yeah, I was gonna send to Johanna first
Okay.
and kind of see what she wants us to do, or whatever she has. So I'm gonna send her a message.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
Oh, do you want to ask her what happened at the party? Because we didn't go.
Something's
well,
been written
I
already.
used exactly 25 words.
Something's
Oh,
been
okay,
written
okay,
already.
never mind.
Full sendings I could do if
Okay.
if she
Okay, yeah,
wants
whatever.
to. So I wrote, howdy.
Right.
Of
Natch.
course.
Have seen future. Need to redirect attempts to finding allies. Morlos will rise. Salvador is a puppet. Shouldn't be the focus. Will send report.
Oh my god.
That's very
legit.
thorough.
All right. There's
Very
there's
thorough.
a there's
Send
a
the exact same one to Vidar. And
There's a pause, and you hear. You saw the future. Well, that all sounds ridiculous and horrifying. Can we find somewhere to meet up soon? Where are you all at now?
So I'll send another one. And I'll say, currently in Omni Esari.
That's stupid.
Omni Esari.
so just say Omni Esari. Say
Okay.
Omni Esari.
Okay. Omni Esari, but traveling through to Scorch Pass. Is that two? Is that
Through
one?
desert to Scorch Pass, maybe?
Through
Or just
You
to
already
North
said it.
Pass.
Two Scorch Pass.
traveling to
Traveling
Scorch
Scorch
Pass. How long does it take to get there?
You know,
We don't know.
you've never traveled down these sides. I mean, you
Could
don't
be
you don't
back
have
in
to use all-
Arcala soon.
I feel like I took a note about how long it takes to get through the desert. No, give me 1 second.
I'm not sure I told you.
I don't think they did either, but
If I did, I'm retconning it. Because
it
I
a
planned
week?
a bunch
Just
of
like-
shit.
7 days.
No, it's longer than that.
Oh,
Okay.
Fair.
all right.
you can end it there.
Once there, don't have a plan. And go wherever.
All right. So you
Unless
hear.
she's nearby and can meet us there.
All right. I can be in Careshire in a month. Can you meet me there?
Careshire.
How do you spell that?
Do we know where Careshire is?
Make an intelligence check. Somebody.
13.
Jinx. Double jinx.
You can only do that
I'll
if I
roll.
say
I'll
jinx.
roll. I'll roll.
17.
I roll for Lilia.
20.
You're good. Let me just make sure I'm right about my own friggin' world. Yes, I am. Good. Okay. So Careshire is the town on the south side of the Lonely Lake, which is to the west of Scorch Pass.
In theory, could we get there in a month?
Yes, probably.
Including probably a few days in Scorch Pass?
Probably.
What? How do you spell that? Careshire?
Caershire.
Great.
R-I. Yeah, R-E.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna follow up. That's all 3
Do we
sendings for today. But that's
Have anything
Send
else
one
we
more.
want to say to her before I just start slinging words?
anything else to elaborate how we saw the future?
I mean, we're gonna meet
express
up with her, so-
the
Yeah.
importance of her success at this party.
No, it's happened already.
The party's already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Inquire what happened
It
at
would've
the
happened.
party.
Yeah.
while you were dealing with the shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is
the party, that's
is
what
the one
Say,
is Sabrina alive and the one is dead? That'll kind of give her credence to we might already know something.
what?
There was this story child that was killed, and then there was Sabrina that survived apparently in the party.
Oh.
If we tell them that outcome and that's already happened, that'll lend credence to we already seen the future
Okay.
and not sound as cuckoo.
Okay.
Fair.
So, is
Say,
What am I asking
in the
about?
say in the future we saw. Well, first say like that we can
yeah, we can
meet her up,
there.
and then in the future we saw this happened. Is that accurate?
Or you could literally say, we
Is
can meet you
Sabrina
there.
the one that's
How was the
alive?
party? Did the such and such die? Do we
No,
have-
say in the future that's what we saw, not just like a random question. Because otherwise it's not clear.
If it fits in 25 words, then yeah. Sorry, we're putting on the spot like this, Kira.
I'm just gonna say, Lilia says your hair smells nice and shit like
No, don't say
and
that.
then Tess will get mad at me.
Here, say
That's not what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say
We do have a lot of paper in front of us, so we can write things down.
Yeah.
can meet you there.
Yeah.
How'd the party go? I'm trying to think of an
You're at 8
eloquent
words.
way
Hang on.
of saying we've seen in the future without having to use all the words in the future.
We know.
But we don't know.
Yeah, so it's just say in the future we saw.
So many words.
Well, you're at 8, right?
Yes.
In the future, we saw
That's 13.
what's her name?
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Lived while the other died.
Salvador died.
No.
No.
The other
Amore.
He dies.
the other
Amore
sister.
died.
He's got 2 sisters. One lived,
Right.
one
Well,
died.
Amore is the uncle.
Amore's the
uncle.
uncle, yeah.
I'm screwing everything up. Sorry. I'm gonna stare at Daisy.
Sabrina lived, Amore died.
Already said that.
Yeah.
The other died, but yeah.
Is that accurate?
How do we proceed from here?
Yeah. Do you need us to do anything?
Do you need us to do? And then stopped.
Do you need us?
You already said, do you need us to do? You can't. Yeah. The point of the spell is that you gotta
Yeah.
word it
Be
right.
very
So when
careful.
you say it out loud
brain
and you
was
start
trying to
counting,
say.
we can't go back and fix things because that's sort of the point.
Next time, I'll write it out first.
Anyway, you hear, excellent. I will see you there. And yeah, that's what happened. Not the greatest success I've ever had, but we move forward.
Could be literally worse,
Okay.
as we know.
All right.
I don't know.
I did have an idea.
Okay.
After we meet with Johanna, where we go from there. I believe that Abby is waiting for me on Midship Island, and I really don't want to delay that longer than I have to. So I can't ask you all to come with me, but I do need to go there.
Where's Midship Island?
It's north of Infar.
Yeah, directly north of Infor.
It's the island in between Infar and Oster.
Well, you'll need a way to get there, and I know a man with a boat.
That's true.
Maybe we'll be able to find him by sending him a message once we get to Careshire.
Well, I'm going to be sending a message. Thank you.
Well, yes.
When I have
Obviously,
extra messages
obviously.
to be used. Not priority message, but still spare side message.
We need your boat.
Ayo, baby.
Need your
Taxi,
boat.
please.
All right.
I don't know. I'd like to employ y'all's help if you can. If I can.
With what?
Something. I'm gonna pull out the letter I got that one time.
Sure.
I'm gonna put it out on the table, kind of like smooth it out. And then
For just a recap, that letter was from,
I'm gonna tell them.
from the Queen to her
Do you
daughter.
still have it?
Somewhere. I don't know where that one is.
Oh.
Sorry. That one I think is actually in a notebook that's on my bed right now, tucked inside it.
Oh, it's in the notebook. I'll go get it. Hang on.
But it also has, with a detect magic spell, one can read some letters because they start shining with the magic.
Right.
It says find Silric.
That's right. Yeah.
And I cleverly used invisible ink with a black light in order to be able to read it.
Amazing.
I'm gonna give everyone can read it.
As it turns out, laundry detergent is invisible ink. In
Would
case you didn't know.
Good.
Fun.
everyone like to read it, or would like someone
How-
to read it out loud?
No, we
just
don't have to.
read it individually. I don't know of any way to find this guy other than
Can I send a message to people I don't know?
no, I don't
There's a
think
chance
so.
of failing. There's
I also
I could try.
don't know if I can like describe him enough. I only met him in passing like 2 or 3 times.
you would have seen him growing up. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't have met him.
Like I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could always try.
Some sort of ambassador.
Not
Yeah,
today,
I don't
but
know
could
where
always try
from.
tomorrow.
No, you have
Okay.
no idea.
But I don't know any way to find this guy other than like going around to random people and being like, "Hey, do you know an elf named Silric?" So I was wondering if
Dark.
anybody had
Wait, Kyle.
anyone knew of any way to like a long distance or locate person Rini, if anyone had any
Well, if
ideas
we
of
had
how
that-
we could do this.
My problems would be over in a heartbeat.
I mean, I can attempt to send these people messages. We just don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trick would be describing him well enough using roles,
Okay.
and then Kuren being able to take that description. and do it.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's
we
dependent
can't do
on-
it today because we
No, we
ran
could
out
do
of
it tomorrow,
sending.
Right, but you've got
Yeah.
a few days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
You have very lovely handwriting.
Do I?
When you try.
My cursive
Yeah.
is not great, but yeah, I actually used a dipping pen. And
Oh,
Dope.
nice.
You can tell because of the thickness
Splotches,
and thinness, like it alternates.
Anyway, all right. So, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Other than
And we
Well-
can skip around the next few days. So just let me know what you do.
Anything else anyone wants to
Well, I don't-
buy or get, or
Yeah, we kind of went
so I want
shopping
to do some
before.
street performing?
I'll definitely go to the temple. and
How many
talk with the
days?
main-
Well, from now, I thought you said 3 days. The troupe, the bardic.
2 days.
2 days. Okay,
The
so not
evening
tonight,
of the second
but tomorrow.
day, yeah,
Okay, great.
is a dance and music, a bardic troupe is performing, and then the third day is when the thing's going anyway.
Sad day.
You go to the temple, Nala. All right, so you head inside. It's not one of the times that is like big for the Temple of the Loose Sand, so it's not one of the service times.
Good.
But there are a few quiet worshippers. And you actually, before you walk up all the way, you do see around the back there's some Esari practicing, training in the back. There's a sort of training grounds in the back of the
you need
I know.
thing.
I know. It's a little indentation.
in the back of the back area, and yeah. So
I would ask anyone to beg an audience with the Vishrano.
okay, Vishrano Sianfor is called upon. One of the attendants, one of the monks, is like, "That's fine," and I'll go get him for you, and runs off. And Vishrano, Sianfor comes out. Oh, well, it is good to see you again. How did it go?
Where do we fucking start?
Everything's
Difficult.
Are all of you there, or no?
Oh yeah, did everyone come with me?
No.
No.
Just no.
Still not a keeper.
It was
Yeah.
difficult, enlightening, but also quite ominous.
That sounds like something Escondula's tasks would. A description that would be warranted. I know my own was something.
I would share the vision
Okay.
with the Vishrano.
You tell the story. Eventually, throughout the story, you end up seated at like a bench on the side.
Of course.
And Sianfor like looks at you like intently and looks at the floor for a second, shakes his head slightly and goes, "Well, that doesn't sound particularly good. Escondula's talents with manipulation of time are well known. They can cause some degree of madness, but he's not wrong a lot. He's just sort of weird to deal with. So that is, thank you for sharing it with me. The best I can do is tell my people to be prepared.
That's why I bring this to you.
Oh, do you know?
People need
But-
to be aware.
If they listen to me, which they should, we'll at least be on your side in any coming conflict.
Is there any other representative of the Esari people that you would recommend I bring this information to, or is Escondula's
Maybe he could
perception in the community not really trusted?
That is sort of
said he wasn't gonna do it.
to his people.
He's a religious leader, there's like governmental leaders,
Yeah.
you know? Get both sides.
I must say that Escondula is very much disliked by our Gentar, the mayor. I would I can bring it up to him in the most tactful way possible, and hopefully he will listen and not dismiss it all out of hand as Escondula's ravings and foreigners bringing nonsense. But it's a toss-up.
Of course. Thank you for seeing me. Before I leave you, I have to inquire, does your order deal with any arcane study or manufacturing of any kind? I was talking with the gemstone cutters, and they say they have quite a few dealings with your order.
We do use gemstones in our practice and in our style of manipulation of magical energies, but ours are very specific, and we use what we need. We do not sell them or anything.
Of course. I am looking for some particular magical items, more specifically chalk infused with magical gems and ink. You don't happen to know anywhere around here or
Plenty
around
of places to
continents?
find that sort of magical implement. I'm sure there's some place at the market which is running for another few days. So I would check there for any magical implement seller.
Of course. Well, thank you very much. And if you ever need me, we're going to be at the Inn of the Falls for the next 2 days until the next caravan leaves town.
All right. If I need you for anything, I will come calling. You have a wonderful day. His hand wraps around your entire claw.
Oops.
He's not as big as Escondula, but
Yeah,
still
but still
large.
very,
Omni Esari
very
are just Asari people. I think.
Long fingernails.
That's the only temple in town, right? We don't have
Yeah, pretty much just the temple at the falls, yeah. Or
So
temple
not a
of the
bad
loose
cleric
ends.
by not
we go back to the
visiting
market?
Just 'cause it's not here.
You can make your own tiny temple.
Nah. I'll talk to her before bed. Good little prayer boy.
If you're going to find magical items at the shops, I'll come with you.
Cool.
More
Same.
magic stuff.
Okay, you head
down.
over across the river and into the V of the rivers, and you find that the market has now been in full swing for a few hours. Make an investigation check to try and find the magical implements.
With advantage, because I'm there too.
Yes,
Or do
sure,
we
that's
each
fine.
do
We out
Roll
there.
for both of us.
Either
it?
way,
Okay. Would you say perception?
investigate.
Investigation. So
Two
plus
perception.
it's your intelligence.
So that's a 19. And that is a 22.
Okay, easily able to find. There's a magical just supplies, magic supplies shop. They've got those magical chalks. They've got the magical paper that's used by wizards. They've got other random magic implements that you use in magic that you would keep in a component pouch. That's basically what this place sells. So random weird items that you would need for spells.
I
seem to have good
would
stuff.
buy about 4 sticks of chalk, and I'll pay the upcharge of what it
Okay,
seems gonna
how much
happen.
does it say you need?
50 per chalk. So it's
50
50
gold?
gold per chalk stick. So I assume the upcharge.
Let
will
me
be-
just. Is this you looking at?
This is me
teleportation circle?
at the teleportation circle. It says that you use a chalk infused with magical ink and gems, costing 50.
Yeah, 50
up to
gold.
50 gold.
So yeah, at this place.
Why
it
not get
is-
enough to make 2 in case we need
Yeah, I
it?
think it's going to get enough to make 4.
I'm
Okay.
getting 4.
Okay, so it'll be 60 each
60 each, so it's
for 50 gold worth
40.
at a time.
And after I made this salesman's kind of
it's-
sale, I would ask him if he would have any idea of where I might be able to find the second volume for Dimension and Doorways. If you'd be familiar with this book, and if he would know...
It's a woman, and
sorry.
she is a wizard of. I didn't explain anything, but she's seems to be a wizard human, tied up, brown hair in a bun, and there's lots of incense sort of smoking around her. She's it's a very interesting sight, but she looks at you and goes, "Ooh, may I see that, please?" Looks at it.
I'm imagining
Opens it up.
Jocasta knew from Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a book like this before.
What about anything by Nathaniel Stein?
Nala
this
asks about ethereal stuff. Oh wait, no, you came too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This is incredible. And she like skims it a bit, but then hands it back. I'm not sure where you found that, but I will keep an eye out now that I know it exists. That being said, no, I don't really sell books here anyway. I'm much more of the components, etc.
Of course.
We found the book in the house, right?
It was in the house, yeah.
We're probably not going to find another volume. It's
10,000
probably
years.
millennia years old.
Yeah.
It says volume 1. So there's got to be another
Yeah,
one
volume
somewhere.
2 probably is dust.
No, don't say that.
It's so old. It fell to
I need
pieces
the
somewhere.
second
We can
volume.
ask
one day.
Lorella next time we're there.
I need some copper wire for this cantrip I never use.
Okay, you're able to find copper wire. It costs like a silver
Okay.
Cool.
for message.
Yeah, for message.
It's like
One
copper
silver.
wire and a piece of cotton or something.
Yeah. Okay, wait, man.
Or is it just a wire?
And we
It's just
established I
copper
don't
wire.
need to go like
add items?
hanging out in a graveyard to get all my stuff, right?
Anything that doesn't have a monetary value, it's assumed that you can get.
Got it.
Can I get like a small roll? Because I just need like a short piece. I don't know how much I got.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
you
I
got
just got like a
a
small
decent
roll.
amount of
Okay.
copper wire.
Cool. Here we go.
Yeah, because all mine is like a drop of blood, which is mine, or
Yeah.
a pinch of graveyard sand.
Some
which
of
is-
yours require like
gross.
ivory worth 40 gold or something,
Yeah.
though, so it really depends on what spell you're doing. Any of the ones that like ask
Have
the
monetary
gods
value.
specifically what to do cost money.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, you're easily able to find that.
wonderful.
It's a big market. But you do hear
Wait, sorry. Did they have any potions there?
you find the same guy as before.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't like us?
So,
Yeah.
well, Lilia's not playing right now. So
What was the name of this magic store?
It's
Magic.
It's a tent.
it's a tent. Yeah.
tent
It's a
magic
tent? Okay.
thing. It's like Celia's
fine.
magical components
Okay.
is now what it's called.
Like it.
It's canon.
I like it.
Celia's.
Make a perception check, those of you in the market.
Okay.
That's only an
You said
8.
perception?
Yep.
16 or 26.
Oh, damn.
That's an 8.
Okay. So those above,
So
above 15 can hear. There's lots of rumblings
chalk.
about how the market is packing up soon. Like this season of the market is sort of this at least season is ending, and it won't be back for a month or so. And it'll be different merchants next time, and then these ones will be back in like 4 months or something.
Gotcha.
Some of them are headed out to sea, some of them across the desert, etc.
there's no guns here, right?
No, you checked already.
Oh yeah.
New day, though. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, no
The
guns.
gun guy was late.
Day off.
Showed up on the last day.
Sorry. Is there anywhere I can get
Next season.
refill my bag of ball bearings? It can hold 1,000, but I only
many
have
do you-
500.
Oh.
What did you drop? 500?
Yeah, well, I used them on the werewolves.
Yeah, in the werewolf cave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find ball bearings. That's fine. For some reason, they're
half
very
a
common
gold
in
piece.
dungeon. Yeah, sure.
Wait, half a gold piece for the whole thing, so
So
it would be
it's
quarter. I don't
it's
know
a
what the upcharge
quarter of a
is.
gold piece. It's 2 silver
Great. Cool.
to refill your ball bearings. I don't know why ball bearings are so common in Dungeons and Dragons, but damn, lots of people have ball bearings.
How do I? Oh yeah, I need 1,000 now. Okay.
Extra scrap metal.
Rotating bar stools, I don't know.
Yeah.
Lots of bar stools, yes.
The only thing we like more than fighting is drinking.
Except Nala.
Nala actually might start drinking now that she's died.
Last wow.
We've all been there.
Yes, Emily?
Yeah,
an
in my thieves tools, I have a set of lockpicks. I would like to buy another set, and I'm
Okay.
gonna sew it into my boot
Okay.
because I have a sewing kit now. So I'm gonna sew like one lockpick into like
The lining
base of
your
my
boot.
shoe or the lining. Yeah.
Okay, Thieves' Tools here. I want you to make another investigation check, as they are somewhat not legal.
19.
Okay, yeah, you're able to find by asking around very quietly and things like that, because technically selling lockpicks not really great.
Yeah.
But you are able to find a person who seems to sell sort of. Interestingly, he sells like paintings that he's done.
Oh my god, awesome.
Of the desert and like heroes standing over dead beasts and things like that. He seems to like the desert and heroes, and that's all. Though that's just a cart full of this style of painting. But he actually goes, I might have one of those. One moment. And
While
like,
he
ducks in the
leaves,
back.
because I can do this, can Lilia sing to the painting?
Lilia's not there. She's not with us. It's
Down
only
the
us
market?
three.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. We're going to make the paintings.
We
Lilia
can
is
buy one. Just bring one to
doing whatever she's doing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm running low on gold now.
He comes back out and says, and hands it over.
Nice.
It's like a leather pack
Yeah.
with lockpicks and stuff in it. I can get it to you for, I don't know, 35 gold.
Okay. Sold. 35 gold.
You are able to purchase a second Thieves' Tools.
Okay. So, just so I don't have to add this to my inventory just to take it away, can I just say that I used my sewing kit to sew, like, a couple of the lockpicks, like, into the lining of my
that's fine.
boot? Okay, cool. So I'm just going to make note that I did that.
Yep.
And
You
remove
have
35
secret
gold from my
lockpicks,
inventory.
as well as the ones actually in your pack,
Yes. Okay. Great. Secret. Other possessions.
in case you get kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the idea. You gotta be prepared. Who knows?
Prepared princess.
Second thieves' tools. Set.
That's right. We know you're a princess now.
You do.
Yeah.
Your Highness.
Your worshipfulness.
Oh my god.
This would be funny.
Probably not great to announce that in the story.
Yeah, we're not gonna be saying that out loud.
All right. Is there anything else in the next couple days that you guys would y'all would like to do?
The next day, while we look at all my sendings that are back, because I went to bed.
What are the next
Whoever you
sendings?
want me to talk to,
Oh, this is
Or
the second day now?
attempt to do so.
Yeah. Anyone?
Oh, do you want to help me with this message thing?
Yeah.
We can give it a try. Hang on. Give me 1 second to write this down. Hang on.
I gotta wait for Lilia to get here because she and I were gonna talk about the sword.
That's true.
Yeah. Perfect.
Do
the line.
She's got talking bagpipes. I've got a talking sword. It's great. We just have the best time.
On this day, Nala's gonna kind of stay in, and she's going to do a little bit of sketching, specifically about 3 items that, if you would allow me, I can text to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
And just make a performance check as you do.
Yep.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Sketches of secret items.
I'm drawing. I'm just drawing stuff.
That's drawing.
I'm gonna draw stuff. Oh yeah, I did draw y'all.
The last time
Which,
was
by
good.
the way, when I look at the portrait of all of them drinking, is it still moving?
No,
from
it
Yarn's
stops after a while.
It
It's
stops
just a
after a while. Okay, gotcha.
She basically has to stop humming and it'll stop moving.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know if it goes
Kept
forever or
going.
something like that.
It'll last for like a few
that's not bad.
seconds to maybe
That's
30
a
seconds.
16. Do you want me to roll per design?
Nope.
Okay, 16 overall.
Okay, and you can text me those and I'll let you know.
Okay,
what happens in a secretive way. All right. Messages. What messages are you sending? And so what are we doing?
Okay.
Wow, Stellicide is really good.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I didn't think I'd want to keep drinking it, but they're still good.
It's really excellent.
After how many I had yesterday.
Okay. How should we do this?
Well, I'm gonna try to do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to learn this dude enough to send him a message.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna, I guess, describe him
So
to
as
the
far
best
as
of my
describing,
ability.
you can use either intelligence or performance.
I'm gonna use intelligence.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So you give a relatively vague description, but like as best you can.
Yeah.
He's slender like most high elves. His ears are slightly longer than most that you've seen and stick out slightly longer. For some reason, that's a thing that you noticed. His features seem, high elfy.
I don't know anything about.
He has short, like blonde hair
Okay.
that sort of sticks up at a slight faux hawk.
So he's cool.
And you also remember a slight scar on his right cheek.
Okay.
And he often wore like light-colored cloaks or robes.
Is there any? Did I ever hear him speak?
Yeah.
Is there any, like, would I have been able to tell, because I've met so many elves, I guess, would I have been able to tell by, like, the way he talked what part of
Make
wherever
another
he was
intelligence
from?
check.
Okay, yeah. It's like even like a general side or...
Tough DC, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not good. 8.
You don't remember it enough to pinpoint where his accent was from, but he did.
again.
You do remember him having a peculiar accent.
Yeah. Okay. Just no recollection of what part of any continent he's from.
No.
Okay.
Not based on your knowledge and what
Yeah.
you can remember. All right, so that set the DC for your Arcana check.
Oh, Arcana check? 20.
Just got it.
Oh!
All right. You keep doing that to me.
Damn.
Set these hard DCs and you're like,
Then you
nail it.
Because
I have expert in Arcana, so it's a +8.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
That's pretty dope.
that's awesome.
I don't have to roll
you make
particularly well.
you set up the ritual for this
Double
sending,
digits.
Okay.
which is really just a copper wire as well. Interestingly,
Good. I have some now.
what do you say in your sending
Okay.
to Silric, which you hope gets there? At
Okay.
this point, your characters
Yeah.
think maybe you'll
Maybe,
get it.
no idea.
And you've never met him, so it's like there's a chance of it failing as well.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I'm gonna say.
So even
I'm
though you
going
made the
to
DC,
say
I'm also going to roll dice
whether or not it
to
works.
see whether it works.
You can have most of the words.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use howdy.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to make sure that he knows that I'm a friend of yours.
Yeah.
So like,
Okay, give me
And
one
you
second.
should probably use her real name. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
think,
yeah.
companion of.
This is Princess
Well,
Sayonara.
I mean,
Kirin.
sayonara.
How do you pronounce it, Emily?
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Cool.
I
Because
have
if
to.
it's Sayonara, then it
confirm-
sounds like Sayonara.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Your mother is Zenar, though. It's
yeah.
Sayonara.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Whatever.
My mithril bars were listed as 10 pounds each. Is that true or is that less? 10 pounds each? Okay, cool.
Relatively heavy, but not super heavy. But they're still solid metal, even though it's light metal. All right. How's the message coming?
Give me one
Anybody
second.
else want to do anything while you're writing, while you're messaging?
Well, I'm also
Practicing
gonna try
on
to
the dummy?
shuffle
Want me to help you make a dummy to whack on?
No, I left the dummy on the ship.
Bring a new one.
I think mostly I'm just going to be spending a lot of time just like standing close to the cliff edge, just watching the ocean.
Okay, you do that.
Well, while she writes, we could do your sister if you want to. You don't
all right.
have to.
So yet again, you'd have to describe your sister.
Right.
And,
Hope you know what she looks like.
Yeah, less hard DC for
Sure.
you if you want
Sure.
to. If you want to use an intelligence or performance check
Okay.
to describe your sister Abby to Kieran, if you want to send a message through Kieran.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to, just because it'll be a little awkward,
Does this work?
because we've been out of touch for so long, but sure, it's worth a shot.
All right, so we'll do that after because we've written the thing. So,
Or whatever you want.
all right, so you're casting to Silric. What do you say?
I'm going to say howdy, Ambassador Silric. This is Kieran on behalf of Sayonara, last name.
How dare.
I hope this reaches you. Sayonara must find you. Is this possible? Please reply.
It's 25.
Nice. All right. What voice did I had it planned?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And then they roll and they go,
What
well,
did
it
I
didn't work.
have?
And
Interesting
totally cut
accent.
us.
Wild.
You hear?
It's the wrong guy.
Who?
Ambassador. That's not something that I've heard before. Well, in a long time, Sayonara, the princess. There's like a pause. Ask for James in Careshire.
That's where we're going, right?
shit!
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
God damn.
Goddamn.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Kieran.
Rad.
I'm here to serve.
That's awesome.
We just and the company.
Think we just today.
All right.
And every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's fucking legit. Thank you for making that Arcana check.
no problem.
All right. So if you want to send a message to your sister, please make an intelligence or performance check to describe her
Okay.
to Kieran. And you can describe her in roleplay
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
after you make a roll. Ooh, not great.
Ooh, no, not great. 6 either way.
Wynn is not a particularly eloquent man.
Fair.
And while he loves his sister,
It's been about 10 years.
it's vague
Yeah.
sort of explanations about, she's got, hair.
tall.
Cool.
Tall.
And I can't ask questions to try to prompt him to tell me more.
Can I?
She's good with a bow.
Okay, but what does she
Okay,
kind
what-
of questions?
Not for this
Okay.
in-game, how we're doing the whether it works thing or not. But you can roll an Arcana check on the really vague description.
So wait, before
It
you.
was a 6.
Oh, I was gonna say before you roll, I can
What was it, 20?
kind of help. I'm going to cast
You as well.
disguise self as a female Wynn. Just female Wynn. And I'm just gonna ask Wynn to give me details and modifications to get closer.
Okay, you make an Arcana check to change it while you go.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
So that's a 16.
Okay.
Are we still in the inn?
I think our
Where did we go to do this?
I think we're
descending. It's
still
in probably
we
in
did
our
go back
rooms.
to the inn. We're still in the
So
market.
you did manage
this
to get
another
the
day?
DC.
Yeah, it was
Um,
another day.
You got it exactly again. I said it 16.
Let's just say
Really?
Can we just say we're in the since
Um,
we didn't say where we were?
Here,
Well,
I'll
I
burn
was
a few
outside.
points
I was
because
outside.
I assume it'll take me a few tries.
Yeah, how about a few sorcery points?
Yeah.
Or a few
I'll
spell
do
slots.
2 spell slots and 4 sorcery points.
Very
Nice.
Thanks for being a
Just,
really great.
no, just because
Win.
I feel we're-
So Win,
Okay.
you describe, and this makes it much easier because you can go, no, her ears are smaller. It's
visual
basically
guy.
like making a character in The Sims, and you
Visual-
make
visual
your
guy.
sister pretty visually accurately.
Cool.
So
It's a little weird now.
can you
Well,
describe
it's a
what
little weird
your
now.
sister?
Do you need a hug?
No.
there.
No. No.
Char and Lilia are in the corner of the bedroom just cracking up. You're chasing Win around like, let me hug you, brother.
Okay. So what do I look like?
So what is it?
She is tall. She's very, very spindly limbs. Very thin. Two normal eyes. Both are blue. Brown hair, long. She keeps it tied back, sort of in a very loose braid behind her. And
Injuries or tattoos?
she does have a tattoo of an anchor on her left wrist.
All right. So you get that description, and Kieran, based on that, I'm gonna massively lower the DC. Make another Arcana.
Nice. This is awesome.
There you go.
26.
Yeah, I'm not even rolling a percentage.
So
What are
18
you
plus
saying
8.
to Abby?
Again,
like I did.
it's gonna be
24 words.
howdy. This
Howdy.
is
So you get 20.
Kieran, a friend of Wynn's.
Yeah. Or just friend of Win.
Howdy.
This is a friend of Wynn's.
Just just say this is a
7,
friend of
so
Win.
then you
That's
get-
less.
However many.
Or just say I am a friend of Win. Can't believe that worked.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good job on your rolling and clever.
Thank you.
I was wondering if because somebody had disguised self. That's often how they do it in other games.
Like, what do you
Critical-
mean?
Yeah,
Critical Role or whatever. If they need to tell somebody what somebody looks like, they just disguise self
Shapeshift,
and
shit.
show them,
Nice.
which makes it a lot easier. But it's harder when you don't know exactly what it is. But that's clever.
That's really cool.
It's like I can do this for days. It's only level 1.
Yeah, level 1 spell.
do
Okay,
this
that's
forever.
10.
All right. To your request, are you asking Nigel this? How are you doing it?
Well, first, this is going to be included in the parcel.
Okay.
That
so
I send
currently
them.
you can't do it.
Yeah, I can't
No,
do it.
yeah.
But
I'll
it's something I would add to
Okay.
the parcel.
You write that in.
What did you add to the parcel? Oh, what you...
Some
What I
Secret?
sketched.
with Nigel in.
Yeah, I
Secret.
sketched some stuff and wrote something
Cool,
for
cool, cool,
Nigel.
cool, cool, cool.
I can definitely remember that for when you're able to do that. Next level, but
Yeah.
And so
I know it's I don't get it. I don't get this. Like I'm almost there on these
Yeah.
teleportation.
You're on
I
the
don't get it.
especially with Dimensions Doors, you're like, there's just one element I'm missing.
Yeah.
And it's my skill.
it's just
spectacular.
Philo. It's fine.
All right. You got that message?
Almost got it.
You can just read it out.
Do you want to
Okay.
send one to her?
Well, I was gonna see if we feel the need to. Do we want to talk to Vita or anything?
Yeah. What? Is Damien still alive?
I could check.
Yeah. Maybe in the next one. After this message. I've got no one.
We also should talk to the guy to make sure that we can get on his caravan.
Oh, yeah, let's
Well,
go
we
find
are
him.
we are in the inn, so apparently this
we'll-
person.
We'll in the market. He's in the
Oh,
market.
he's in
We
the
gotta go
market.
back
He
to...
also shows up at the end.
He
of
also
the
is at
evening.
the end of the evening.
And we
It's like
should go
Stardew
see
Valley.
the-
You gotta go find him in
the
specific
dancers
places.
and the dancers are tonight.
Okay.
Oh, the dancers
All right.
are this evening.
All right. What do you say to Abby?
Well,
Via Kieran.
howdy. This is a friend of Wynn's. Have been traveling. Finally know you're on midship. Miss you. Are you safe? So much to tell you.
All right. You wait a while, and you hear, Win. Tell him I need help, and that things are falling apart here. But I think we can work together again and solve the problem. Tell him I love him. That's true.
And then I tell you.
You are relayed the message.
Things
Holy
are falling apart. Need your help.
They're falling apart
Damn.
everywhere.
Things are all falling apart everywhere. This whole archipelago is going to shit.
It's almost like it's a drama story.
Let's use.
You can't do another one, can you?
I do have one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you using your one more for anything?
Is there anyone in particular? I have no one to talk to.
Does anybody have any burning desire to speak to anyone
No,
Damien?
no.
who might be dead?
Damien might be dead.
Kill off, I guess, its character that feels a little mean.
Well, but like as far as we know,
Yeah.
he was not in a good spot last time.
Yeah, it wasn't.
A little emotional now.
Oh my god.
Well, if nobody cares, I guess I'll
Yeah, if you want to talk to
I'll check in.
Ernesto, yeah.
Ooh,
check in
wait,
with
that was
Ernesto
two
or
sendings, right?
Damien,
Yeah.
Whoever you want.
All right, who are you sending? You're sending.
I guess I'll wait until the evening, but I'm gonna do it now just because we're doing it.
Sure. Yep. Time doesn't.
And
make
I'll
sense.
send Ernesto a message.
Okay. What do you
Say, howdy.
Yeah.
We did the thing. It was awful. Learned a lot. Now I miss you extra. Hope you're safe.
All right. You hear a little while later.
Bye. 'Cause I had
I'm
one
sorry
more word.
to hear that, but also glad.
Squad.
I miss you as well. We've still got your trophy here. My bed is yours whenever. And that's it. 'Cause that's
Hey, babe.
I wonder what he was going to say. I wonder.
I did the Doctor Who thing.
Yes.
Roast
What he
time.
was saying was, I missed that pussy boy.
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
This is not what he was going to say. All right.
Hope not.
So that you send in the evening at some point.
Wowie, wow.
As the day goes by, eventually the market
Boy, I'm
stalls are
gonna
sort of packed up, and
Drink
many of them
so much tonight.
are moved
Okay.
to the west, and they start to gather around the area of near the temple, where you assume is where the caravan is meeting the next day.
Wait, sorry. This is still our second day.
Yeah.
And what time of day is it?
It's the evening.
Okay,
It's
because
getting
the
to
thing.
be-
Okay, so it's still like late
The bards
afternoon.
are.
Yeah, late after.
we
Okay,
were gonna
okay,
go
great.
see
So
the
we go to find this guy.
performance.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Well, Jeremiah will be at the end.
Okay, well
Assuming.
there's also that like performing troupe.
That's what we're doing right now, I think.
That's what I was about to set up.
Oh, I see. That's okay. Okay, and we'll find him after.
We'll find
I mean, we could have done it yesterday.
Whatever. Okay,
We had
we'll find
time
him.
to do all of the things.
Do we want to find him before the show or after the show?
We can find him now.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll find
make
him
an
before-
investigation check as a group to see if you see this distinctive man.
Of course, the one time it's not
Just in
good.
case all of you fail.
12.
Investigation.
Here, I'll do tests.
Sure.
Oop.
It's okay, I did 5.
I'm
so
guessing
perfectly fine.
If I just add like
8.
2,
Yeah,
it's 10.
there's so much to see around here, Win.
Okay.
I'm kind of compromised.
You didn't
right
roll
now.
great,
Yeah.
but enough of you made it barely. So you do find this short, like he's like 5 foot, so he, matches up the rest of the group for once.
Napoleon.
And he is this sort of slouched over man with no neck and like high shoulders, and his hair sort of is this gross white wispy stuff. He kind of looks like Filch, yes. Except he's got an eye patch that's made of like leather that wraps around his head.
Filch.
And he's currently carrying this big tankard around, and you find him in the marketplace, and he's like greeting people. He's like, "Oh, good to see you again.
Oh my god.
It's wonderful to see you again. It's always nice. Be sure to be here tomorrow morning for the caravan. We'll take it off bright and early."
Good to know.
Should we
Continues
go
on.
up and like introduce ourselves?
See if he
guess.
can hire us as protection. Not
Yeah,
as
Well,
passengers.
let's first ask him about the caravan
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
I'll let you do the talking.
yes. Good evening. You don't happen to be Jeremiah, will you?
Ah, Dragonborn. That's exciting. I don't see many of them, although you're kind of in your element in the heat, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of a racial assumption based on the lizard. Just because she's a
Dark
lizard.
cowboy person.
Dark cowboy.
I'm in
This
my ninja
wonderful beast here of wonderfulness
beast. You're a beast.
can
I'm a
breathe
beast. Look at
fire.
me.
I think it's a fair assumption.
You're
Anyway,
perfectly fine.
I'm Jeremiah.
Nice to meet you, Jeremiah. We have been told that you are leading the caravan out tomorrow.
It's a very uncomfortable position to put my shoulders. Just so everyone
you wanna-
knows.
Why don't you relax?
You want to sit down, relax.
I'm not in. I
Jeremiah.
was half-ing. I'm just saying as Cameron. It hurts a lot. All right.
Don't do
No, I'm in character.
So yes,
I'm gonna have to do this for the next fucking age.
then I'll make this really fast.
Anyway, what can I do for you?
So we have been told that you're leading the caravan out tomorrow. I'm wondering if you're interested in taking any more, not only just passengers, are you hiring any security? We've been told that there's a little bit of danger out in the desert these days, specifically from a dragon of blue nature.
Yeah. He sort of scans all of you, and looks at weapons and like battle scars, and like your clothing at this point is like it's beat up.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing. I need to find a tailor.
Oh yeah.
But eventually he's like, adventurers, eh?
We're traveling.
Wonderful. Well, we can always use more adventurers, and you're right about that dragon. So far, attacks have been minimal, but I hear worse things are happening soon. Not soon. I don't know when they're gonna happen, but I think it's gonna get worse. It's getting more bold.
What have you heard?
People who don't make it from Scorch Pass to here or the other way around. I'm getting attacked in the middle, blue dragons shooting lightning out of people. Storms in the middle of the desert. Unnatural magical storms. But if you want to sign up, give me 1 second. Puts his tankard on like the ground and reaches in this pack that he's carrying. Pulls out like a list of parchment. If you could all just... Pulls out like a fountain pen. If you could all just put your names and your like group in a section on this.
Before we put our mark, is there any chance that we can get any kind of monetary compensation for security? I swear we will.
He literally goes, look, we're all sort of trying to get across the desert. We all have our roles to play. Some of us are just merchants. Some of us help fight. We all do our best to protect ourselves. We're in a big group to ward off bands of things. But unfortunately, no, there's not one. Like, I organise it, but I'm not. Like, there's no business running this
There's
or
no
something.
company.
Yeah.
There's no company.
So,
Gotcha.
not really. It's up to you to get across the desert, but we can always use more help. But I like to keep track of everyone just in case we lose anyone.
Oh,
We
put
all
my
write
name
our
down.
names.
Right. And do you write your group?
I'll write my name. I don't.
Here,
want
how
to add
about
the
we
group,
write
you may.
the Bone Era and then
A.
There are sections you see other people have done groups.
our
Like
names. Yeah.
different merchants have
Yeah.
their party in here through
Great.
Zinin and stuff. All right. So you sign up.
We know what's
Jeremiah like wanders off and as he's leaving, like, the show should be pretty fun. You seem like newcomers here, and they always have a show the night before, because the bards are some of the people who come on the caravan, so they're good.
great.
Cool.
And eventually, as the sun begins to go down, but not completely, they set up torches and things, and they start having this sort of night festival. There is a bard troupe.
Dancing lights.
No, there's plenty of torches and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But there's a bard troupe called the Golden Anchor,
Golden.
is what I've decided.
Bardic Troop Golden Anchor.
And they have this magnificent display of like, they've got acrobats, they've got, like, they literally set up sort of mystical acrobats, you know, because it's very similar to what you saw at the tournament. Like,
Do we see Thumbthroat Thrifty?
no, he's not here. But when you were leaving one of the events, you saw similar acrobatic displays with magical trapezes that hold themselves in the air. And there's just a magnificent display of these. They've got aerial silks performers. They've got musicians who play different songs from various places across the world. Some of them you recognize as folk tunes from different places. There's even a Dragonlands, like a Gothlando folk tune, which is sort of a tale of the families, which they sing at one point. They seem to be very well-traveled performers who happen to be in Omni Esari at this point. And around this performance, which just sort of keeps going on with people talking and stuff around it, they've also set up sort of food and beverages in an area, sort of an outdoor fair style food and beverage service, and you are able to get some more excellent food and alcohol and non-alcohol, and it's a wonderful night.
Squad.
That's what I got for the wonderful explanation of the
How
goal.
much
love
for
it.
the show?
It's free.
Oh my gosh!
So you're there. They celebrate
This is
like
an amazing town.
they celebrate the ending of the as you ask around. Basically, they celebrate the ending of this run of the market because it's such a big cultural part of the town. That they always do some sort of performance with one of the bardic troops, and yeah, it does turn out that the bards, as Jeremiah had said, are involved in the caravan too. And as it gets later and later, and you all have a damn good time, eventually they pack up and move their cart, where they apparently sleep and live as well. over to near the Temple of the Loose Sands. And as you all find your way to another rest, tomorrow heading out into the desert with the caravan, that's where we'll take a break.
Okay. Hooray!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the mid-session announcements for this session, episode 15, session 25 of Welcome to the Bone Era. It is I, Cameron of Esk Davis, the dungeon master and producer for this program. I do want to, of course, start this with the same news you've been getting in every single podcast you've been listening to. Coronavirus is out there. It's a pandemic. It sucks. Currently, we all are also quarantined at our houses here in Chicago. We are at a shelter in your home order. I hope that everybody out there is keeping safe and washing their hands and everything they can do to stay safe and not get sick. Currently, our government is doing a terrible job actually handling this situation with any competency, and I don't want to make light of how bad this is going to get. But what we can all be happy about is Dungeons & Dragons and this ridiculous story. On that note, I have enough episodes already recorded to go through the beginning of June. We've got, because we release it every 2 weeks, I've got plenty of episodes. But we're also currently gathering equipment so that we can play it over the internet, and everybody will record their individual audio, sort of like the McElroys do My Brother, and Me, and all other podcasts are now figuring out how to do now that everybody's in their houses. But we will figure it out and use Roll20 or something for maps and all that, and I do hope to continue playing with my friends because, honestly, it's tough for lots of people, and I'm an extrovert, and it is very difficult for me. But I maintain a positive attitude, and will still keep releasing these episodes, and I look forward to seeing your reactions to certain things that happen. That being said, standard stuff. I know times are hard, but if you still have a job and do want to support me and this company and any future projects that I create, and I have been creating a few more, my new album Under Even Death May Die is coming out. I recently did a music video while locked inside for an Even Death May Die song, which I'll link in the description. But you can head over to my Patreon at patreon.com/Cameron Evesk Davis. And if you have the money to spare, of course, you can send me some, but there's obviously no obligation. You don't have to. All my stuff is free, and I want to keep making art that everybody can see as best as possible. Because the world really needs art right now. So I'm going to keep making some. That being said, Tabletop Audio also exists. Still using his stuff for all of our sessions. Tabletopaudio.com. Go check him out. Excellent music and stuff. Really consistent schedule for releasing stuff as well. We also have a new shirt out on TeePublic. If you search Welcome to the Bone Era on TeePublic, and I'll also put the link in the description to the store. We have 3 shirts. We've got a Welcome to the Bone Era, the standard logo, a #FeelsBadMan shirt, and a Champions of the Kingdom Tournament of Champions shirt, which I designed in about 10 minutes after a session recently. But because the Bone Era are in fact the Champions of the Kingdom Tournament of Champions, I thought it was a hilarious inside joke, and you may not think so that's fine. But if you do think so, then you can get a shirt that you'll have to explain to everybody. That being said, everybody stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands. Don't do anything that will make things worse. And if Donald Trump tells us all to go back to work when we shouldn't, do not do it. Anyway, let's get back into the game, back here in Omni Esari, and heading out into the desert. So back to what we're doing. You all sleep in your places for this few nights, or a couple nights in the inn for rooms. I'm going to invent a price again.
It was 10, I think.
Yeah, for one night?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 20 gold for the next 2. With these 2 nights that you've been in.
All right, we need to pick up a job. I'm running low on money.
I never buy anything.
I think once we get to Scorch Pass is going to be our best bet. Because tomorrow morning we leave.
Do we know if food is brought on the caravan? Will we have to bring our own food? I only have 10 days of rations, and I don't know how long we're going to be traveling.
Yes, so that is a concern because it is a actual trek through something that you might run out of food. In
I do
this
have my
section of the game,
Create whatever.
rations
you will
matter.
need to pay attention to.
Okay, is there a place we can get more rations before tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have
Also,
create food
Kiren
and
has
water?
create food and water.
Oh, great.
And yeah, water.
But create food and water tastes terrible.
Yeah, it just tastes
But I
awful.
mean,
It'll
I'll keep you alive.
it'll do the job.
I need to get some rations because I only have 10 days as well.
You won't enjoy it, but I'll do the job.
That's fine.
I'll mix my rations.
All right,
with
so
the
a day
magic
of rations is 5 silver. I'm just going to make it a gold
Okay.
Okay.
in this town because everything is upcharged in Omni
Is
Esari.
it like slightly better rations?
They're very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice dried things.
Okay, so you said 5 gold per day. 1 gold per day?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna get 15 more days.
Okay.
So 15 gold.
Okay. That sounds like a good
Are
idea.
you all? I think we all have 10.
I'm say,
So
I'm
now
gonna
I
just
have
get another
25.
But you can get nice.
I'm gonna get a nice one.
nice Omni
I'll get
Esari.
I'm
10.
also gonna get.
I'll get
Should
10
I
more.
add a separate thing?
I mean, you can.
I'm just adding 10 more to my rations. I'll
Yeah,
verbally say if I'm eating the nice ones or the bad ones.
yeah. I'm gonna add new rations. So I can mark that there. No, screw it. I'm not doing that.
All right.
I'm just adding more 50.
So you buy extra rations
25.
and you make your way. It's early morning because you saw that before the night was over, the people were calling out saying that they're leaving bright and early, basically at dawn, to make the best time possible across the desert. But you do eventually go over and you gather in the area where all the other carts and people are. Once you get over there, you see that it's 15 carts full of people, lots of horses, camels, and like other beasts of burden, oxen. Lots of people are loading up supplies from their merchant shops. They're also loading up additional supplies for trekking across the desert. And you hear some people yelling that we're like about to take off, but like in the next 30 minutes.
Is everyone else in like a wagon or a carriage? Is anyone else walking? Are we the only ones?
You see 15 carts, but based on your rough estimates, there's not enough carts for everyone. So
Okay.
there seem to be other groups of
People just walking.
people who are roughing it as it were.
Before we leave, can I buy some livestock?
Livestock.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check. I'm running out of money, says.
3. Never mind.
You do not
I'll
find
it.
anybody selling livestock at the moment.
Probably for the best.
So you don't
We're
have to
not
feed something
schlepping a
else.
herd of goats across the desert.
Herd of goats.
Well, also, it's something else we have to feed.
Yeah,
And
right.
we're not so
That's
good
fair.
at making them happy.
Oh no, these are just gonna be used to give to the dragon in case.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I get like
You get it.
I'm
you
being a
get
vegan
it.
right now.
You
But like,
get it.
Jesus Christ.
You get it. Come on, guys.
So as you walk up though,
Yes,
and you
Kira
start,
needs meat, but
you find a place sort of to be. You're sort of at the back because you don't know anybody there. You see the Bardic troop. You see a few of the shops that you were at, including the place I just made up. The Celia's Magical Components is one of the people trekking across. The guy who you nearly bought potions from is there.
We don't have to talk.
And eventually, Jeremiah seems to be doing just like with his checklist, is wandering around the entire caravan, making like markings and making sure that everybody is here and ready to work or ready to go across the desert. And he does come up to your group and says, "Ah, yeah, the Bone Era, right. Marks you off.
Right.
Any questions? Have you ever traveled across the desert before?
Nope.
No, not
Does
at
the
all.
time of year make it better or worse?
I would say it's gonna be pretty hot. Be prepared for
Neat.
that.
All right.
How long does the journey usually take? To switch past?
14, 15 days depending on, because the caravan moves slightly slower than an adventuring party, but also it's through the sands and there are things that we run into. Hopefully we'll have a relatively peaceful journey, but you can't
Not with our
always
luck.
plan for that.
Did everyone buy enough rations?
I thought it was going to be 10 days.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I did not.
One gold per ration.
I'm gonna
Everybody
get a couple
long
more.
rested, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we're
we
all-
all took like
Yeah.
force damage at the start
My-
of the last sessions.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Make
hold
sure
on.
you
I
do
haven't
that.
long rested at all. Give me a second.
No worries.
Oh, and all of our short rest things by now should be,
Yes.
Right, the hit
back.
DC. Yeah.
You should have
All
your
the
hit dice
hits
back.
should be back.
because we had plenty of evenings.
Yeah.
You got your spells in order?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Create water.
So
create
excited
food
to
and
make
water.
some food and water with our divine cleric here. It's gonna be great. We're gonna make some mixed jambalaya with regular rations, nice rations, and divine rations.
Divine spongy food.
Divine.
We'll have
So, after about half an hour, you hear people yelling, "All right, we're shoving off. We're not on sea. Whatever.
we're heading out.
We're heading out.
We're doing this thing.
Time to rock and
Everybody,
roll.
everybody, keep up and together for everybody's safety.
Take one
Let's
last,
go."
One last look at the ocean.
You take one last look at the ocean and the peaceful town of Omni Esari, and you begin your trek into the desert.
Cute.
Awesome.
So as you go, at the first day, you are basically following the river, which does head from the oasis in the center of the desert back to Omni Esari, then splits off into the two rivers, as you know. You follow that for some 4 hours. Everybody seems to be in good spirits. Some people are like sitting on carts and like playing. This one guy's playing a violin. He decides to play a weirdly sad song for a while, and then people yell at him. And it's like, that's not keeping our spirits up. And he's like, oh, sorry, I wanted to practice that one. And he switches to much more jovial themes as you continue. Some people start sing-songs. Singing about travel and things like On the Road Again, if that song existed.
Like
Doesn't help.
I'm on my way.
From misery to happiness.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly. But there's lots of... Basically, the morale of the group at this point is pretty good. You have some 60 people, 60 to 70 people, in this large caravan. And you basically travel sort of 2 by 2. Groups are traveling through the desert 2 by 2. At one point, a cart gets sort of stuck in the dirt, and they have to
Wind
get a
can
bunch
do
of
it.
people to lift it up. And
all right.
but it's carrying on.
which is the
Stop volunteering me for things.
You're so
for things.
strong, Wayne.
Oh my
You can do
God,
anything.
It's true. I'm not Jean Valjean.
Oh my god.
Who's that?
But supplies are plentiful, and so it's morale is high, and you seem to be making good time at this point. But as you get further from the ocean, and from the town itself, it gets drier and drier and drier, and the heat starts to just like get to you. You're walking just through the desert. Some of you in armor.
Every so often I press to digitize my clothing to make
Make it
I've
cooler.
got my
Can you do that to
robe.
me
My
too,
robe
please?
is off,
Nice.
and I'm just enjoying this.
I'm wearing heavy armor.
Oh, are you wearing it the whole time?
Yeah,
All right.
Can't take it off.
I can.
Oh.
Doesn't
But
mean I
your
want
win,
to.
yeah.
I will also, because it's a cantrip and I can press to digitize all day, I cool down your armor. It
Thank
lasts
you.
an hour at a time, just so you know.
Thank
Cool.
you.
So
I
each hour
appreciate
we're
it.
just
Yeah.
nice.
And
I
for
like
this
it.
day, that seems to be doing the trick. It's not
Yeah.
hot enough to where it's like the surface of the sun at the moment. So the cantrip is
At the
able to
moment.
hold you off for a while.
Guys, nighttime's gonna suck. It's gonna be so cold.
On fire.
After this day of travel, you make it what you would guesstimate about 20 miles. Normally you make it 24, so caravans are slightly slower. But you're just guessing based on the desert landscape, and the thing about this desert is there's not really many landmarks. You're also not following a road, and eventually the river is no longer followable. You see that there's some sort of dampness in the ground, but it like is lost, and somehow like the moisture is traveling, but you can't see it on the surface anymore.
Was it fresh or salt water?
Fresh water.
Okay, before it became just mud, I would definitely refilled my water skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But we do still know that there's the oasis that's about halfway through, right?
Yes, and you seem to be traveling with people who are seasoned.
Perfect.
Seasoned people who are doing this. But eventually, this day seems to go by quite peacefully. But you are in it for many days. At some point, they call it for the night, and the caravan gathers all the carts around in a big circle like it's the Oregon Trail. And they set up fires and things, and people start sort of celebrating and just having a good time in the evening, eating dinners, and it's a campsite. You guys find an area in the circle, or like inside the circle of carts, to set up bedrolls and your own campfire. And as it gets darker, it does start to get cold. Real cold, because it's the desert. But you keep the fire going as best as you can.
I'll keep it going. Yeah.
And Nala being there is helpful. Finding wood is the tough part. And currently you have some supplies, sort of. But wood is going to become a problem as well for the nighttime. You see a lot of the parties around. Some of them come over and sort of say hi. The bards, one of the bards, who was the guy playing fiddle earlier, comes over and says, "Oh, those are some really fine bagpipes on your back."
Thanks.
Yeah.
Would you like to give them a try?
Oh, goodness.
I don't know how to play bagpipes,
Oh my god.
but I'd love to hear them.
Find out what happens when someone
you know what?
sucks.
That's funny.
Alright, fine, one song.
All right.
I like to think that Lily
get to
was
roll with
eating when they did that.
Yes, honestly, this is exactly what's happening. I get to roll with advantage though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So you play the bagpipes?
This is not even a d20.
That's not a D20.
What am I doing?
Was that a 12? A
No,
D12?
it was I don't even
was a
know what it is.
D12, yeah.
I'm so tired. Okay.
Good girl.
Okay, well, that was a 14. And that was a natural 20.
Nice.
Wow.
So you basically give this.
30.
You start playing the bagpipes and the images of these dancing figures who are telling this story. This time, due to your temple experience, I guess, and because of the fears of the dragon, you tell a story of a dragon and its defeat. You basically tell the similar story from the Temple of the Loose Sands, which people sort of start to recognize. But the bagpipe playing is amazing, and you eventually have a little crowd of people because you can hear bagpipes for fucking miles. And people come over and like eventually are like clapping along to the fast parts, and you're telling the sort of, there's darker parts to the story and fun parts, and eventually there's a big cheer when they succeed at defeating the evil.
That's awesome.
And you put your bagpipes away and give a bow. And everybody cheers wildly, and you get a lot of like the whole bard troupe like comes up to you afterwards like, "Wow, that was incredible. I don't. Who are you?"
I'm Lilia.
Hi.
I'm just an adventurer at this point.
Hi. My name's Alda Fazio.
Hi, Alda. I will do my best to remember that. Like Alan. Never mind. You don't know who that is.
I head up the Golden Anchor over there. I'm the leader of the group over there, and really just incredible stuff. I mean, you do seem to be with a group, but if you ever want to travel with a bard troupe, we're always looking for members.
I'm actually quite interested as to why exactly a bard troupe is traveling 15 days across a desert.
Oh, one of our members makes instruments and sells them. We wander around the world, both performing, using said instruments, and selling them. So we're both a shop and a bard
Have
troupe.
you ever sold an instrument to a tiefling named Trust?
Trust. I feel like I'd recognize a trust tiefling. No, I've never heard of a tiefling called Trust.
That's who I bought the bagpipes from.
Oh, well, I'll have to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, please do.
If you ever see a shop with
Called
a
the
sign
Vopio.
saying Vopio in bright lights. You found him.
All right, Vopio. Interesting. Well, I'll keep an eye out. If they can sell bagpipes like that's incredible stuff.
So, are you guys just traveling to Scorch Pass, or is there something past there?
We're gonna stop for a little while in Scorch Pass and then continue on. We're probably, I would say, due to all the madness here, we might head up to the Empire after this, actually, to get away from all of it.
I don't think the Empire's going to be any better for you, but I haven't been there in a hot second, so.
All right. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
No, the Empire's doing some shady shit as well, that's all I can say.
Well, what else is new? But,
yeah.
we've always had a decent time performing there. Some people
fair.
like our stuff, and we tend to try and stay away from the political side of things. So, it's, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming you travel Scorch Pass then pretty frequently.
We've been there a few times, yeah. This time we went to Scorch Pass, we went to Omni Esari. Then we actually, for the first time ever, performed on Penchard, which was pretty fun, in Abraxon. That place is a rowdy crowd, but damn, they were enjoyable. As long as you have to sort of go with it, right? And why is there still ocean sounds? Don't know why that's happening. How odd.
Still near the river. Still near the river.
That's not it. There we go.
We drank a lot of water throughout the day. There's
hear it
a
in the
lot of
back.
bathroom use.
Creating all that water.
Excuse me.
Never ending.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's me.
Well,
With my
Dragon
body.
bird. Dragon bird.
but yeah, then we came back to Omni Esari, and now we're headed to Scorch Pass. So
Yeah, it's a
that's been our sort of trajectory.
So, I mean,
By the way, this guy is a half elf with black hair.
so you literally made Alan Alda into a character.
Who?
Never mind.
Mash.
Alan Alda
Yeah.
is like, he's a comic genius. Never mind.
Yeah, he's really
You
cool.
have to look him up. It's exactly who you're describing.
But he has a very slight stubble beard, and he has a nose ring.
But like you've been to Scorch Pass at least in the last year or so, yeah?
Yes, I have.
What was it like the last time you were there?
Well, the people there tend to keep to themselves. We don't do any performances there. There seems to be an air of sort of, I don't know, dark past history nonsense. I don't know. I wasn't really talking to them. But I mean, they're genuinely relatively warm people, but the place is, it's fine. It's a desert town, but after being to Omni Esari, there's no comparison.
Well, yeah. Okay.
It's a very Distori town.
Oh. Wait, the story in what way?
I don't know. It's like the story. The kingdom and the king doesn't tend to take care of all of its people all the time, and I think they could use some assistance that they're not getting. But that's all I really know about it. So.
What's that? One of our.
It's like a desert mirefall.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've just heard about like some of the things that have happened in Scorch Pass's past, and I didn't know if they've recovered from those or not.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any obvious literal scars or anything bad that happened. If there was something big that happened, they have recovered decently. It's just a small little town.
That's good news.
Anyway, it's getting late. Wonderful performance again.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for you. You'll have to play them again sometime because it will keep the morale up here in the desert.
I may.
Because I've made this trip a few
This
times.
was a free show. You might have to pay for it.
I've made this trip a few
for it,
times,
isn't
and it can get a little harrowing as we go. I hope you all have enough supplies. I do notice that you're cartless. We have room for maybe one other person if somebody is like dying, just in case.
Trying to steal you.
They're gonna try and steal you.
That's okay. I'll let them think that.
Anyway,
You mentioned you're the fuck out.
Well, thank you. That's a nice offer. We'll let you know.
yeah. If anybody is like literally dying or something,
exhausted or
please,
something,
please feel free to join us in the.
Win in his armor. And we're just like, just take the armor off. I'd rather die.
Well, it's not the warmest jacket, but it looks really good. Looks like he froze to death. Fuck, he looks good though.
Me and my fucking
Yeah, it's just the opposite. It's the heat version of that.
Yes.
Melted in
all my Gwen Stacy
It's when
cuts.
it's October in Phoenix, Arizona, and you decide that you want to wear like a sweatshirt and jeans and boots because like it's fall now
Supposed to be October.
and it's
Yeah.
still 90 degrees outside. You're like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
thank you.
Alda lets you go.
Cool.
And makes his way back over to his troop and calls them all back over because some of them were still lagging around. A few people do actually come up and give you a tip of 5 gold.
Oh, nice.
Did we get like a good look at like everyone who's like traveling? How many people are there roughly?
Roughly 60, 70.
60, 70, and like half of them have carts?
There are 15 carts.
Okay.
The carts can probably fit 6, 7, maybe
Oh,
8
okay.
people.
So like 75%.
There's a decent number of people, but a lot of the people, like there's carts and then there's wagons. Like
Okay.
some of the people have basically like
Their products. on
pole
there.
carts.
Okay.
And then there's merchant carts,
Okay.
which are the much larger version. And there's differences there.
Are there any kids?
There are a few kids, yes, in
Like-
the merchant families.
What like roughly what ages?
8 to 12, maybe a few teenagers as well.
What
not
races are
itty-bitties.
they?
Many humans
Uh-huh.
and elves and half elves,
Okay.
basically, in this group.
No gnomes.
No gnomes here.
Not in
there
the
are,
desert.
There
Not
are a
yet.
few dwarves
Okay.
who apparently sell some stuff, armor and whatnot.
Cool.
The armor sellers that you got from.
They
happened
did.
to be-
I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the other people. But there was, yeah, so.
Cool.
In the bardic troop, they're all semi-human. You told
They're all
that
humanoid.
they're all humanoid. You said that there was a Gothlondian
Song.
piece that was done. Was that done
what?
by a dragonborn?
No,
Was that-
sung by a
okay,
female
just wondering
elf.
if there is no dragonborn there.
No.
Thank you.
Dragon bird.
People aren't giving you weird looks, though. I mean, it's rare to see a dragonborn, but not impossible.
I'm a stunning golden dragonborn.
That's right. In the desert, you basically blend in.
a little bit, yeah.
Or like the light, just like as you walk, the light just absolutely blinds everything.
It's reflecting off the scales! You walk in the back!
I walk in the back.
Does your coat need any repairing? Because I have this sewing kit. I know you mentioned
Yes, if
any mending.
can. Yeah, any.
I don't have the spell. Does anyone have the mending spell?
No,
I can just do it.
I just
Sew
wanna.
it.
I'll
Okay.
let her.
I would say, given your upbringing,
Yeah.
you'd be pretty good at sewing.
Do I don't need to roll for it? Great.
So you
I
can,
mend Nala's coat.
you can sew things together and patch stuff
Yeah.
easily.
I'm just gonna repair like the rips and maybe like sew part of the lining back on that came off.
Sure.
Make it look nicer.
Thank you.
You're
So you
welcome.
do that as you walk and as you're in the evening here.
Yeah, in the evening.
But you eventually bed down in your bed rolls.
Be more orcish.
You do
I
eat.
was gonna say that, but
Really?
All of you eat a day's worth of rations.
Okay, let me remove that.
I'm gonna do crap rations for my first day.
Okay.
I didn't.
I'm gonna switch it
I
up.
didn't separate that.
The
so-
craptions.
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 Yeah, there you go.
Rations.
Yes. So.
May I have? While she is sewing, can we do some orc drilling?
Oh yeah, while I sew,
Okay.
I can. Yeah. So read with advantage, I guess, because I'm
Yeah.
helping.
Make an intelligence check with advantage.
Good, because that's a natural 1, and that's only a 13. So I didn't do so good that night.
Not really.
Learn anything?
13. That was total.
13 as total, yeah.
Okay. You learn. You took your time.
Cool.
In Orcish.
Nice.
Cool.
Where's the bathroom? You took your time.
That's
Kill that guy.
No, sorry, you took your time. Kill that guy.
Where's the bathroom? Meanwhile, I need to use the.
Meanwhile,
So what phrases do you know now?
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Yeah, what phrases in Orcish do you know?
Where's the bathroom?
Sure.
Hello, my name is. Kill that guy. I need help.
reading
Please. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm in pain. Get out of my face. Reading is hard. You took your time, as well as colors and numbers.
Right.
Nice.
You're getting there.
Say breathing is hard.
Reading.
Reading is hard.
Nathaniel Stein said this is very prevalent. It's very well known. They say that a lot.
That reading is hard. That's funny.
Yes, that was a
good
note
man,
on the
that
side
one.
in the margins.
Funny.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. So you sleep. It's cold, but you're not dying. And the fire is fine for now. And you eventually wake up the next day.
The next day.
Even hotter.
You got it.
I've lived in the desert before.
So as you wake up, you wake up and you're already like all sweating, just sticking to your bedroll and clamber out, and you sort of start rolling stuff up and putting it back on your pack, eating sort of breakfast and whatnot. And the carts, everybody's sort of sluggish, and you get that desert wobble in the distance because it's already in this morning that
Love it.
hot.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it.
Nala is more okay with it.
Yeah.
You basically
Nice.
are fine in the heat here because you are resistant to fire damage.
Got it.
Not that it's damaging at the moment, but eventually you.
Is there sunblock in this universe? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was just being an ass.
I assume there's coconuts. You can just spread coconut milk comes off.
There's aloe,
Yeah.
but that's for
Ooh, I'm gonna get so tan.
solving burns.
Back in my
do you-
home element. I'm
you
gonna
still-
take my shirt off.
Do you still have your poncho?
Yeah.
All right. So
My poncho.
Taking my shirt off. We out
this
here.
second day, you
Ladies.
continue, and it's a sluggish day.
Oh, I got my wife.
The morale immediately drops because everybody's sort of hot, but
Yeah.
like people are trying. The problem is the dude's violin keeps going out of tune, and people start getting annoyed at him tuning, and like some people yell at him, and there comes an argument between Alda, who is the violin player, and another group, a merchant group, the guy who was selling potions before, and they yell at each other for a while, but then eventually, like, Jeremiah comes over and says, "All right, everyone, we can't do this on the second fucking day. Everybody please calm down. I know it's hot. Just keep drinking water and moving forward. Everybody, be sure to take off anything that might make it even hotter, and try to wear lighter clothing. We're getting to the parts of the desert that are dangerous."
All right.
I'm
So
I have a
Like I
change
said.
of clothes with me.
I'm out here without a shirt on.
You got no shirt.
Damn.
Dead bod.
Unarmored
Dead bod.
defense on the cleric
Kieran's
here.
ripped.
Okay, so I'm assuming
How
I
strong
have
is
another set of
Kieran?
clothes with me.
Sure.
Because I have that, like I have clothes and costumes and shit, so basically I like don't have on the rest of my armor and I just have on like almost like one of those, like it's like a crop top thing that just has like the kind of half sleeves on it.
Yeah.
And then the same like hammer time pants that I've been wearing.
Great.
I'm probably gonna need to tie back my hair as well.
Yeah, we all strip basically.
Okay, you all put on sort of lighter clothing, although Nala doesn't really have to.
Well, I'm not wearing the robe
you're all
because
wearing-
she's mending it.
Oh, I thought I did already.
Oh, she did it.
it's
Well,
mended
I'm
enough,
putting it
yeah.
away just because I really am enjoying this heat.
I also am like prestidigitizing my pants.
It's sort of working, but it's not fighting because it's just a cantrip. It's not fighting super hard against the heat because I want you to do a skill challenge.
I'm gonna wander.
Allows me to chill things.
Wander over next to the ladies. Do either of you have a tendency to sunburn?
I honestly have no idea.
Well,
I'm pale as all get out, but the sun has
pretty
never
rough.
really affected me.
if anyone needs to borrow my hat, I'm willing.
I think I'll be fine.
This one
'cause
time.
I can put my poncho on.
If we find another group, though, I need the hat back.
I'm pale because I'm mostly
image.
dead, not because I burn easy. I'm not really sure.
Well, I have my hood, so.
I've never been out in the sun for quite this long, so
Well,
I
if
guess we'll
someone needs the hat,
see. I'll let you know.
I'll take the hat.
you're not gonna sunburn. Shut up, now.
Also, I don't think my horns will fit.
Yeah, if you break my hat, I'm gonna break you. This is all that I have anymore.
The hat
all
is
I
what,
have in the
That's
world.
what destroyed
Karen,
the party.
you have me.
So as you continue walking, the day, as it gets to
I already
midday-ish,
bequeathed you the hat if I
it
die.
gets
Oh, thank you.
swelteringly hot, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving
Why would it be Constitution?
because
Natural 20.
I say that
Constitution is
because
how
I-
your body is dealing with things.
I understand.
Do I
why
need
I'm
to?
just
Except no.
believing it.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll do it. I'll do it with advantage.
It's like
if I
they
need to.
know. Can't handle boats, but I'm in the desert, and the dice are like.
Totally fine. You're totally
alright,
fine.
alright.
I still think I should be able to use prestidigitation for what its intended purpose is, but it is a 7.
The DM is God. Last final rule thing. The thing with cantrips is they're not super strong.
They're not strong.
Natural 20, so 21.
Okay.
Also 7.
Okay.
Damn, guys.
19. No, I
I
didn't
have
have
good
to.
constitution.
So
I'm
both
from
of
an
you
island.
take a point of exhaustion.
Great.
We'll sleep.
It's under conditions, but I don't know where that went.
Um,
Oh, there it is. There it
And
is.
you trudge forward, and you continue on your way.
Cool.
Let's win.
No.
Eventually,
No.
though,
I
you
brood.
don't run into
I stay
anything
silent.
other
I
than
suffer in
the.
silence.
Oh no.
You don't run into anything other than the extreme heat this day.
Okay. Good to know.
So, you eventually find another place. Yet again, no landmarks, and you've completely lost the river at this point. One person thinks he recognizes like a grove of cactuses, cacti, in a little area, and everybody's pretty certain they're on track. There are also a few magic users who seem to be doing something about guiding y'all in a direction so that you're not all getting lost and everybody can work together. And you're following the sun anyway.
Cool.
But you do eventually find a place to bed down. The heat, though, stays up throughout the entirety of the night.
Oof.
That being said, it does get much cooler. And
Good.
prestidigitation starts to work.
Nice.
But you'd have to wake up every hour. So I'm going to lower your DC by quite a bit. Because there's another Constitution save for the night. Because it doesn't get super cold this night in this magical desert.
it gets hot.
So we all have to roll again?
But Lilia's DC is much lower.
Wait, my.
Your
Sorry,
Difficulty
you can-
class,
Oh, okay.
because you're using Prestidigitation.
Woo! Much better. Okay.
16.
12.
You're all
24.
20.
excellent. So you manage to ward off the exhaustion throughout the night and also get rid of your exhaustion.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Because the chance was if you fail both, then it's 2 points
2
exhaustion
points.
going into the
Oh
next
my
day.
god.
Yeah, how many kills you? 6.
Yeah.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, but that takes a while.
Yeah, I know.
And before that point, you can not move and stuff like that, and it's like,
Hence, if someone needs to lay down in the
Yeah,
bards,
we have a
then-
card.
Yeah, I mean, chill with the bards.
Right, day 3.
mark off another ration as you have eaten again.
Since it was a crap day for some of us, we'll have some nice rations.
Sure.
So we've used 2?
Yep. Okay.
So,
Making sure I didn't miss
I'm at
one.
23 right now.
18.
Plenty of food as long as nothing happens to it.
It would be a shame if something were to happen.
How tragic.
We have to, create our own.
It's a nice timeline you got there.
All right. So
Oh, do you need to send any messages?
do it again.
What did you lose?
Got it. I'm aware of.
No?
I'm just gonna wait
Chicken.
until we hit the Oasis to update people
Johanna.
on where I'm at.
Yo,
I
Damien.
don't
How are you, boy?
Yeah, should we talk to anybody?
I just told Ernesto I'd check in occasionally.
Okay.
We don't want to seem too clingy.
That's why I'm waiting a few days, right?
You don't want to seem too clingy.
Give him space. Kieran has the same anxieties that I do, which is I'm always clinging. And then people think that I don't care. 'Cause I'm-
All right. Are you doing anything this evening?
Can I make a couple more torch arrows since I bought the barrel of pitch and the cloth?
Sure.
Great.
You make
How many do I make?
You can do it.
one more torch arrow.
Great.
It's not seeming to stick and stuff, and you're just having a struggle of a time, and you
that's
end up
fine.
getting frustrated.
In
made one.
anticipation of the dragon, I'm probably gonna go practice on a cactus.
Okay. You slice the shit up out of a cactus.
Anything inside the cactus?
No.
There's liquid. You have no idea what it is besides cactus juice.
No, no thanks.
We've all seen that Avatar episode.
Is there any talking or anything y'all would like to do?
No.
I think I'm probably amazingly pretty silent because I'm just tired.
We're all just hot.
No,
It's true.
I'm hot and grumpy.
I don't have a great choice for music.
For desert music.
If you have like night sky.
More like just wind.
Well, I can do that.
man, it's hot. How hot is it?
Because I'm here.
I knew you got it. Win. Kieran. Sorry. So hot. I'm forgetting everything.
It really is.
Give me 1 sec.
Can Kieran braid my hair again?
Absolutely.
But like cool.
Cool braid.
Like Daenerys.
Like a mohawk braid.
Yeah.
Like some Scandinavian Viking shit.
No one's braiding my hair. That's for sure.
Braid your beard if you want.
No.
It's gonna
No,
be
like
some
some
sleight
nice
of hand
beard
check right
stuff.
there.
Oh my god.
What, it might help you cool you down if you braid your hair.
I could braid your beard at least.
Man
Get it
breath.
off your neck.
I don't know, persuasion.
Oh my god. Yes.
If you want.
It's too jovial.
That sounds very Aladdin-esque.
I'm going to persuade
making
Win
sure I can
to
hear
braid his hair.
Persuasion check.
So 17. What do you want to do, bud?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, sure.
Insight.
Oh, that's
20.
dude.
No.
Didn't work.
You were not able to persuade Win to braid his hair.
We'll try again
Just
tomorrow.
telling you, it's gonna make you cool. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna suffer in silence, damn it.
Oh my god.
That is my way.
Ah, fuck. With chip.
All right. So, third day, cooler day in the desert. Seems to fluctuate weirdly in this particular desert in the silent expanse. And eventually, you all wake up and you manage to continue moving forward. Throughout the day, it's, another trek through the friggin' desert. Lots of things look the same. At some point, you do actually see there are certain, not just dunes, but rock formations at one point in this day.
Cool.
More like Australian outback style rock formations that are pretty cool looking. Y'all spend some time looking at that.
How tall are they?
Cool. How tall are
Some, 20, 30 feet in the air. Big ass rocks.
Big
Yes,
ass rocks.
Ass rocks.
That sounds
I'm
uncomfortable.
going
Big
to
ass rocks.
let the party know we might really have to be on the lookout for this dragon now.
Why?
What
Do
makes
they like to
you
hang
say
out in big
that?
ass
like
rock
rocks?
formations? They like big ass rocks. I do.
From my study of draconic ancestry.
Why are you covering your mic?
With my study of draconic ancestry, specifically.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Wow.
Blue dragons specifically like to spend time in deserts and coasts. This particular one you don't know, but generally they have a lair like most others in underground caverns and things in the desert that either they dig themselves or they find and repurpose, much like other dragons, except in the desert in this case. So possibly these rock formations are not ideal location for a dragon lair.
Oh, I thought that they also like to have a high spot as well.
Blue dragons in my universe,
Oh, gotcha.
not so much.
Cool.
Anyway, as you continue, eventually in mid-afternoon, somebody at the front says, "Hold up," and stops the whole caravan, which does this sort of accordion thing.
Traffic jam.
And you all sort of wander up, curious, and you see some people and Jeremiah pointing out in the distance. Make a perception check as a group.
Okay.
Oh, please don't fuck me over. It's not.
Can I let Shar proceed for me?
Desert
Oh, that's not bad. It's 19
Natural
plus 1.
20.
So 20 built up, but not naturally.
15.
So 24.
22.
Okay,
Well.
we see it.
We see it.
I don't.
So in the distance, you see, throughout the weird haziness of the desert, you see a orc, or a camp, it seems. And with the nat 20 at least, Wynn is able to see and tell all of you that there are what appears to be interesting types of orcs on some towers.
Okay.
These towers are, guarded towers, and they start to deliberate. Jeremiah, like speaking with people, and going, all right, we've run into these before. Sometimes we can just talk our way past. There doesn't need to be any violence here.
Win. Keep it together.
Why do you always...
Don't you hate orcs?
No,
Oh,
not
who hates
particularly.
orcs? Thought someone hated
Anuka
orcs.
hated orcs.
Oh, okay. Wasn't Anuka an orc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orcs have a lot of issues.
Yeah, that's fair.
Walk air, Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That is true.
And kobolds? Maybe?
Oh,
Might be what I picked.
I was like,
Kobolds.
Kobolds are
Kobolds
lizard
are
people.
lizard man.
Oh, right.
She's just a little racist.
It's okay. You live in a big commune. It's
Kobolds
okay.
can have a little racism.
Okay.
Is it tree?
chill.
Well, because it gives me, like, advantage on things, so it's kind of a treat.
Rangers,
yeah.
Preferred
All right, so
enemy.
eventually the caravan starts sort of moving forward slowly, and you get within 500 and then 400 feet of this.
think the armor's gonna come back on if we're gonna be talking to orcs.
Okay, you put your armor back
We all
on.
put our armor
as
back
you
on.
move, you're like fucking chest plate.
We all
and
put
you
our armor
eventually
back on,
okay.
probably.
So you are all armored back up. It's hot, but it's not as hot as it was yesterday.
Just in case.
That's good.
I'm still pressured, but whatever. You know what I've done.
Yeah. We know.
The weather's
know
uncomfortable.
what I've done.
But you eventually make it up within like 100 feet of it, and there's like orcs on the towers, like are holding javelins, and they say, "Halt! Caravan from Omni Esari. We have been dealing with some shit lately, and it turns out we've got you a bit surrounded there too." And behind you, since you guys are generally in the back of this group, come 8, like a party of 8 desert orcs
Lovely.
from behind the group that seem to just fade in from the sand as it gets blown around. And they're all like weapons not drawn, but they're holding them. And the javelin holding ones are the one who was speaking says, "You may need to pay a bit of a toll to get past us. This time at least. Oi, Jeremiah, I see you down there, you fucking little prick.
Wow.
It's good to see you again now."
Sounds like it.
Backhand compliment, right?
There's also the matter of perhaps a friend of yours.
Uh-oh.
And on the tower, you're all close enough now to see it and everything, and you're like keeping an eye on the orcs behind you. But on the tower, they bring forward this like spindly man with like circular glasses that are sort of tilted off to the side and cracked on one side, and really like ashy, or not ashy, just a light brown hair, and he's like balding a bit. And he's brought up, his robes are sort of
He's a
torn
human?
up. He is a human.
It's not our veterinarian friend, is it?
It is not William, though there are certain
Guy
similarities.
gets around.
He sprinted somehow to. But no, it's someone you don't recognize. And this 2 orcs have like pulled him up to the top there, and the javelin guy says, "This one needs some medical attention, but we're not just going to give him to you lightly, nor let you pass lightly. We need some food, we need some water, and I think you can give it to us. Otherwise, we attack.
Literal Jesus.
Just dump all of the create water amount that I can make.
And
right
Jeremiah
on the camp.
says, "This seems a bit, harsh. We're just trying to make it, and our supplies are low too." And the Javelin Orc says, "Oh, I don't care about that. You know what I'm about. We've been acquaintances for many years, Jeremiah. I've let you buy for free in the past, but this time's not great, what with the dragon and all." And Jeremiah's like, "Have you even seen the dragon?" And the Javelin Orc pauses for like a while, steers up his nose and says, "Well, no, but the threat's still there." And Jeremiah says, well, I can ask around, see what we can do. We don't want any violence. We've got children. We're just trying to get across the desert. Does anybody here have any food and water? We can supply them. Additionally,
Do you have a barrel, Jeremiah?
a barrel?
Ask them if they have a barrel.
Do the orcs have a barrel we can use?
I'll ask him. Do you have a barrel? And Jeremiah says to the Javelin Orc, and the Javelin Orc goes, "What for?"
For us to fill with water.
For your food and water.
Oh, right.
Here's
That
an
makes
idea.
sense.
Let us go and
Oi!
we let you live.
Oi! Get them a barrel. Get them two. Make them fill them both, or else we kill them.
Great.
Bitches.
Are we able? Is Kieran able to fill one with water and one with food?
Yeah.
We'll have to take like all day.
No.
Yeah, how long does it take?
It says instantaneous. 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Great.
So eventually the gates to the thing open. They bring the spindly man disappears from the top of the tower. They seem to bring him back down. And a group of like 10 orcs, including 2 that are like bruisers. They're like larger dudes. They bring out these 2 large barrels, casks really, with the lids off. Set them down, slam them in the dirt. And the Javelin Orc, still holding the javelin. All right, fill it up. Fill it up now.
What's
you do?
I'm like,
So Kieran, you
there it is.
step forward. Do you need anything specific for create food and water?
No, doesn't look like it.
Okay, so you step forward,
Just make
and
it.
everybody sort of looks at you, going,
Jesus.
and you step over and you hold your symbol of
I'm gonna
Ouijas,
finger gun it.
and you finger gun one barrel first because you have to cast the spell each time, and it just immediately fills with pure, clear water.
And I look at
Well,
one of
I do. It does both. It says and.
And
Yeah.
does it?
So you can do both at the same
First you
time.
have one,
So-
and then you gotta grab the other and
And then
finger
the
gun the other.
The food in Create Food and Water
Is nasty.
is.
It's food though.
I want to look up what
sponges.
They
the.
didn't ask for
It
good
says
food.
the food is bland but nourishing.
Okay.
That works.
so bland. It's not. It's
bad.
bread. It's just
Yeah,
bland.
it's just like bread. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Stale
and it fills up
sponge.
with sort of a not sludge, but sort of a.
Sludge.
It's sort of a
applesauce.
soft-ish bread-y type
Yeah.
substance that
It's like a
fills this barrel with basically rolls,
Cool.
cool.
and it sort of topples over a bit.
Here you go.
And Jeremiah looks at it and goes, there you go then.
I did that.
There's the food. That'll keep at least a bunch of you going for a while, right? Is that enough of a tithe, mate? And the javelin guy goes, yeah, I guess so.
Nice.
But I want something else though.
No.
Do you have any like jewelry?
You can't just change an agreement once you've made the agreement.
I'm making the fucking.
It's gonna happen
We've got
again.
javelins and shit at you.
We don't have a create jewel spell.
Well, I wasn't asking for a create jewels, but I was just asking for jewelry.
Did we?
Sitting here.
I like to look pretty sometimes.
Just
Did we get
gonna
rid of? Oh, we did get
cover
rid of
my arcane
the
focus.
thing that came from the big bad bite.
Oh yeah, your gem, your
Oh,
arcane
we
gem.
each have one.
Yeah.
Abyssal
Yeah.
gem.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah goes, look, we could muster. I know this guy. We've worked with him
Okay,
for a
okay.
while. Rebecca, come over here. And Rebecca comes over, who seems to be a jewelry seller, and Jeremiah's like, look, I know we deal with this like every time, but can you give him like something nice and I'll pay you back? And Rebecca like sighs, goes back to her cart and like pulls out like this ostentatious, ridiculous necklace. It's like on a what seems to be at least gold colored, like a brass chain, and it's this big stone with wire wrapping and stuff, like a stone of black and red. And she holds it up, and Jeremiah's like, will that work? Javelin Orc's like, yeah, I like that a lot.
What's this guy's name?
He didn't say.
Javelin Orc.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I'll ask Jeremiah.
Does he
What's
wanna
the
come
name of
here?
this
Yeah.
orc?
You know, he never told me.
We'll ask him on our way up.
But
You can.
But you know, he's always the spokesperson for these guys. Hey, does that mean we get the spindly bloke? And Javelin Orc's like, yeah. I mean, it's just another mouth to feed, right? But he was found sort of wandering. He asked to come in, and we were like, what? What are you talking about? And we beat him up. So.
Oh my god.
Why am I thinking of like the researcher from the Pirate Island in Archer? The one who's just like kind of trapped
Oh, the
there.
David Cross character?
Yeah.
And eventually the two bruisers like just grab the spindly guy and just chuck him on the ground. He's like, did you have to do that? Oh God. And is clearly in some amount of pain and bleeding from a few wounds and bruises. But there are some people in the caravan who sort of pull him back and give him some water. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. Oh, you cleric person, that was pretty good with the food and water. Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Is it normal to get beat up and then your back really hurts or something? Oh,
Happens all the
it's
time.
almost like they kicked me there about
We
1,000
helped
times.
this
Does he look like considerably bad?
He's got
Like
wounds.
what? Like level of healing spell? would be-
You know, he doesn't look like a warrior. So
Okay.
chances are the wounds that he has sustained are what would wound a normal person.
Give him a day.
I'll pat him on the back and do cure wounds at the second level.
Oh, well, and like the magic goes into him. He sort of shudders because it's this weird darkened radiant. And then his wounds, because he's got a few cuts and bruises, his eye was completely blackened, just completely clears up. He straightens his glasses and looks up at you and goes, "Oh my, you know, I've not worked with many clerics before, but it's pretty quite nice.
You're a good one.
Oh,
I'll do what I can.
I think I can even stand up. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Nathaniel."
Holy shit!
What? Slow motion handshake. Wait,
I am,
what's your last name?
Like Kieran.
Stein.
We all pull out our
Like
Now we'll say,
obviously-
"Shut up!"
Oh my god!
He's like,
Obviously
"Whoa,
very, very.
the fuck?"
strong.
huge fans.
Lilia is obviously distraught with
What's
her
that?
friends' reactions.
In orc, I will say, hello, my name is Kimbatudana.
He answers back, "Hello, my name is Nathaniel Stein. Well, it's a pleasure to
Win
meet you."
is like fangirling.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
Please.
My name is Kieran the Wounded, and
Oh, well, thank you for the healing. That reaction isn't something I'm normally used to.
absolutely no problem.
We've been fans for a while.
Anytime you need anything, and I mean anything we can do for you,
Who the hell are you people?
Mr. Stein.
We're
Sir
fans of
Stein.
your work.
Mr. Science, sir.
No, you see, you don't understand. No one's a fan of my work.
Oh,
Pull out all
out my
three of
book.
his
I'll bring
books.
out our books.
We got all his books.
Oh, well, that's one
Into
of the first
beast
ones I read.
lands, and
because I've got
Orc
the
to
beer
Common,
one.
Oh, the
the
beer
beer
one.
one.
Have you made any of the brews? Some of them are even good.
We've attempted that twice. And
There's one on a ship right
there's
now.
one in a
fermenting.
bar.
My boyfriend's watching one.
And a orphan is watching the other.
We hope.
Exactly how brewing
We
beer
hope.
should go.
Give me 1 second.
We
'cause
hope
I
in
forgot.
Can we get how many books do we actually
need-
have? Just
we
two?
need-
Three? Do you have all three of them?
Orc to Common.
Why-
Kieran's got the brew. I have Orc to
Someone take a
Common
portrait of all
and
of us.
Into the Beastlands.
Can we get them to sign the books?
Probably, yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm opening something because I forgot to open it.
Kieran's got backstory.
I can't fucking believe it.
He looks at all the books and he's like, "Oh yes, the Orcish Brews. That one's a fun one. Free's book. You know, that was the first one I ever read. And what's Hold up. Can I see that one? Grabs it. Flips through it all the way to the end, like the last few pages.
Oh, Trust stole it from him.
Gives like a scared look, hands it back, and like reaches into the pack that he was throwing. He has like a messenger bag and pulls out what looks like the exact same copy of the book. And he says, "Where the hell did you get that one?" I'm not even done writing it. And he pulls over the end of it, and it's just blank pages, and like it's just his handwriting and stuff. Like
But the one Nala has is finished?
Mouth drops. I got this book
I just
from a
shit
merchant who
myself.
said he was a fan of yours by the name of Trust.
Trust? And he like noticeably there's sort of a haze, and he sort of falls back a bit.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, shit.
Cursed.
Well, shit.
He leans up against like a
We paid a
cart,
lot for that.
What?
and it's like,
That book, we paid a lot for it.
Trust.
Hold
Her
on.
name sounds very familiar.
I have. Hold on. I have things.
Okay.
Let me find them. I just got a new like trait thing that oh my god, I can't find anything.
He runs a shop called the Vopio. He's a traveling merchant. We met him
Vopio.
a few weeks ago, a few months ago.
Nathaniel
in
Stein
the
faints.
mountains.
Making it
and
worse.
falls into the ground.
Boom. All right.
Sand falls over.
And I dived to catch it.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh my god.
I'll roll as well. Take your roll.
When he
18.
when he wakes up,
Okay, so you manage to catch him. Yep. And he doesn't hit the ground super hard.
Yeah.
And it only takes like 30 seconds for him to groggily get up. Can I get some water? That would be good.
We give him some water.
Yeah.
No, just
Cactus
from the
belt.
water skin. From my water skin, I'll give him some water.
water boy.
I'll give him some from my water
Okay,
skin.
he
I'll give
takes
him
the water
some.
skin and Micah.
When he wakes up, I cast calm emotions
Okay.
because I can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Okay. It seems to do something. He seems to recover from the fainting, whatever caused this fainting, very quickly. And he is able to oh, thank you. Whatever that was. Keep it coming.
You seem to have a bit of a reaction when we mentioned. I'm afraid to say his name again.
Well, interestingly, I can sort of think of it now. Trust, yeah.
Tiefling.
A really dark skin, like a dark elf, right?
yeah.
With the horns and the heart tail.
Yeah.
Weird man.
Did he rob you?
Fundo. I don't think he robbed me.
How do you get this book then?
I don't know the answer to that question. As I said, not even supposed to go to any sort of printing for 6 months.
Well,
He gave us.
now I feel very.
Went to the future.
It's possible. Now I feel kind of wrong. Would you like me to return this to you, or?
I mean, I'd definitely like to read it. Because maybe wherever that came from, wrote a terrible version and I can edit it better or something. And it'll also help me finish up my book a little faster, provided it is actually my writing. May I again?
Which book is this one?
It's
Beyond the Beastlands.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
And he reads it a bit. He flips to the pages well, interestingly, this matches up with what my notes were supposed to be anyway. So it does seem like somehow I wrote this. But I also didn't.
And I lean over
So
and I'm
that's
like,
weird.
no, it's an original.
It's even got my notes in the margins. Oh my god! And it's got his notes in the margins, which
So, does the book have any?
he takes out his other one just.
I look at Kira and I'm like, does that book seem to have any magical affinity or anything to it? Because I don't know how.
I don't know how I would have missed it in the past casting.
Oh, that's fair.
Detect magic,
Come
right?
across trust.
Or should I?
Well, that's I can't tell you. I travel lots of places.
Oh.
He just sort of showed up.
Showed up. That's
Do you
exactly
remember
what
where?
I said.
Just happen to do that.
I'm not sure. I think I was in the woods somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. I was studying some orc tribe. But look at this. This is really weird. And he finds a cart to put with a little platform and shows you the writing in the margins is exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's
Wild.
Fascinating.
I
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm keeping an eye out for this trust guy.
Yeah, we've been keeping an eye out for him as well because this, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure is the third weird thing that he's given us.
Oh, well,
Well, and we thought this was like normal.
I make direct eye contact with Wynn.
Yeah, you guys need to talk.
well, that sounds like some fascinating stories. And as this is happening, as this conversation goes on, the caravan has begun moving, but it's a slow moving
go.
thing.
Were you in the desert doing research on this particular tribe, or
Yeah,
they just happened to
specifically the
come-
desert orcs. You know, when you come up to an orc tribe with no weapons and you say, hey, in orcish, normally they don't just immediately attack you, but these ones are a little more on they're edgy. I mean, I don't normally. I also have some symbols and things from other tribes and things to help me with all of them. And I first contact, with certain orc tribes. It's a toss up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get beat up and saved by a magnificent gothic cleric person, and some people who have a book that I wrote but haven't written. What this world is wild and weird, isn't it?
Truly.
Well, it looks like we're going. Can I tag along with all of you then?
Yes, we would be
honored.
honored.
Absolutely.
We don't have a cart or anything like that. We're just
Oh,
simply
well,
walking.
neither do I.
We should share our Avari vineyard wine with him.
You have a bottle. I use
Later.
mine.
So as this happens, the caravan starts moving around the orc camp, and the other orcs end up going inside.
In Orc House, a goodbye.
They just grunt at you. And Nathaniel says, it's actually a little bit of an sound instead of an sound. So I know it's a little bit difficult based on my writing, and it's difficult to sometimes transliterate, but yeah, it's to keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're...
So
More people need to hear about the orcish tribes. I really think they're a vastly misunderstood group of people.
We have a very dear friend who is an orc.
Well, see? You all know then. Well, not all of them are evil or something.
For some reason, they hate orcs.
Well, never mind. Screw your friend then. But, there's some animosity between orcs, and if you have a dear friend who's an orc, I mean, did they come from the Beastlands or something?
Yeah.
I mean, part of the last chapter, which I was going to write, but apparently have, was all about how specifically the animosity between Beastlands orcs and the orc tribes of other places. So it's not really that surprising.
What was your original destination after these desert orcs?
Oh well, I was going to head off to Scorch Pass anyway, which I'm assuming where these people are going. So
Well, you headed to Scorch Pass.
to continue onward, really. I have to get back to Arcala to publish the book anyway.
Be careful when you return to Arcala. The city has gone through a little bit of a traumatic experience.
Oh, so it got renovated recently. Yeah.
Well, thanks for the warning, I guess. Lots of weird things can happen in this world, but especially with the war and all.
Yes.
And not many people really want to read about orcs, but I'm glad. I'm glad to have met you. It's not like we're having a Nathaniel Stein convention anytime soon, but
Well,
There's a group of us here
Not
with you,
yet.
I would say. Let's say this is
anytime
the
you
beginning.
finish a
of
new
it.
book,
Which you will.
we'll keep an eye out.
apparently, yes, I at least know that maybe I didn't die before that happened.
That's wild.
But anyway, let's keep going, shall we? And you continue going.
We sadly
And we do.
Campaign over. We found Nathaniel.
Holy shit.
New characters.
We're done.
Whatever.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Forget him.
Sorry.
We found our hero.
I have a
hero-
story moment. I want
Okay,
to
sorry,
actually get to.
Okay.
But as always, but I'm super tired too. So
Yes.
all right. So this night, very peaceful. It's a colder night again, but still maintaining some level of heat. It seems as you continue into the deeper parts of this desert, the heat remains somehow. You're not exactly sure, because you thought for sure that deserts get cold at night, but this one maintains a level of heat you didn't expect.
Guessing that's because of the dragon.
Well, I mean,
Nala is able to tell
too
you
much into how deserts
blue
actually
dragons
function.
don't tend to cause that sort of effect.
Okay.
Probably something we did.
also sometimes like if it's 100 degrees in the desert, it's only gonna drop to like 90. Like there's a difference. It's still hot.
Yeah. But you have a decent night's sleep. Yet another ration pack. Nathaniel has no food on him.
Give Nathaniel some rations.
You're
We'll
gonna
do
give
good
Nathan-
rations tonight.
You give Nathaniel rations.
And he's like, "Oh man, are these Omni Esari? These, I don't know how they dry, like what they produce so well, but damn, they're like fish chips, and they somehow taste amazing."
Weird. Okay.
Down.
I marked
And seaweed.
down a ration.
Down. I gave 2 because multiple.
So we've used 3 so far. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Except for you. I'm gonna use one of my sendings because I'm excited about Nathaniel Stein. I want to tell someone.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Ernesto, and I'm gonna say, "Howdy, still missing you. In the desert now, almost as hot as you are." Met Nathaniel Stein, the greatest author ever. It was pretty awesome.
Ernesto
Wait.
says.
Yeah.
Ernesto says. I miss you too.
Laughter counts a word.
Always will.
Yes.
Nathaniel Stein, that orc guy? Why in the desert did you meet him there? Happy for you, though. That's what you get.
Squat.
Great.
Crush.
But this day,
This day.
It's night.
Night.
Or the next day.
you sleep,
Oh, okay.
and it is now morning.
We done it.
And hot again.
Day 4.
Hot again. And everybody packs up their stuff. The bard, Alda, comes over and says, morale around camp's sort of going down a little bit. Comes up to Lilia specifically and says,
fuck me.
one of these nights, like, another performance would be great. I can join you too if you know any of the songs we know. But at some point here, or maybe while we're walking, be nice and fun.
Sure, but
Walking while trying to
Bagpiping
have.
sounds
well,
hard.
no,
Yeah.
we're not going to do a bagpipe though. I'm just going to like play and sing on my lute because I really don't feel like using those bagpipes right now after hearing about the book.
And those are
That
loud
makes sense.
bagpipes.
Yeah.
Okay. So all
Yeah,
goes,
right. That's
"Aw."
what I was thinking.
All right, that's fine. Bagpipes again sometime though.
Yeah, but not while I'm trying to walk. You know how much airspace those things need?
Yeah.
Toss a coin to your richer.
Why did it stop playing? There. So you and Alda brings out his fiddle and you sort of jam as you walk. It's just not working anymore.
You jam.
Does that give Lily advantage on performance? Or?
And he'll make a performance check.
Oh, okay. So you go.
No, it's just performance, but that is a 26.
Wow.
Boosh.
His is a 21.
Nice.
Way to outplay the other bard.
But you both basically jam.
Shredding the loot.
For some reason, it doesn't want to play the music, so fuck it.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum,
But
ba-da-dum.
you play together as you walk, and you sort of figure out a melody as you go. He like plays sort of double stop chords and stuff as you figure out a thing, and he has this skill which he performs, and you saw actually at the event before the merchants packed up, where he can sing and play along with himself. Which is very impressive, but you sort of figure out a song together with him as you go, and he improvises some lyrics and sings. And as you're going, I would like everybody to make a perception check.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
This is a big roll.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck.
16.
Okay.
10.
11.
Okay.
12.
It's hot.
24.
24. So all of you are like listening to the music and trudging along. Your morale, your spirits are raised a bit. And Shar, you're listening, and then your keen elf ears perk up as you hear. And
Help.
in the distance, you pointed out to the whole caravan, and you see a distant, what looks to be
Blue.
a dragon-y shape.
Fantastic.
All right, gang.
Oh shit.
So, okay, can we all just say right here now, we are not going to try to fight the dragon.
You sure?
We're not.
We will not win. It's a dragon.
Fight music though.
I think we can win.
Don't you hear the fire?
I tell you.
It means that there's a monster
We
nearby.
can go against what the music is telling us to do. We do not have to fight it.
But think about how
I wanna
cool
fight
we
it.
would be if we fought a dragon.
We would die.
Also, one of us
be a
may
little
not have their heart into it.
And it's closer now, and now the caravan is other people in the caravan and yell dragon, and
Karen
they
can fight a
start
little dragon.
they start sort of
As a treat.
building their caravan into a sort of tighter group or a spread out group. Sorry, it's not
Alright.
tighter.
Terrain.
It's just sand. You're
No-
in
no
you're in
hills,
an
no
open
rocks.
sand, duny area, but pretty flat area. And the dragon is getting closer and closer. Lots of people are rushing to grab what weapons they can. And the dragon gets bigger and bigger as it gets near you. And it swoops down, and you now see this massive adult blue dragon flying towards the caravan. And as it gets closer, but it doesn't have to get too close, it lets out another roar, and you see this building up of crackling
I will warn
electricity.
the group.
Oh fuck!
Scatter.
People yell like, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way!" And there's a cart sitting there in the middle, and it just gets as the dragon lets loose a line of crackling electricity. It just blasts through this cart, and what looks to be the leatherworker's shop just gets completely blown apart. And
fighting the dragon.
Fight the dragon.
I want to fight the dragon.
out of the back of this cart, or out of the side, you see a sort of smoldering corpse of one of the people who wasn't able to get out in time.
Well, shit.
As the dragon swoops low over you guys.
How big a dragon are we talking here? Like
Is it an
Daenerys
adult
size
or is it
dragon?
an
It is an
ancient?
adult dragon.
So Daenerys like size, like
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
like big flying dragon. I don't know. That's the only dragon
So they,
reference I know.
you can like speak.
You have. He speaks. She speaks Draconic.
An adult blue dragon
Well, then I have tongue, so I can speak. Okay.
is huge. So it's roughly the size of
Yeah.
the Garistro. Is huge.
Okay.
But it's a dragon.
We
and
can
it
fight
swoops
this.
down, it takes out that thing, and then makes this loop around. And as the dragon comes back for another pass, we're gonna pick it up.
Ah!
So,
God diggity dang.
Ding, ding,
Damn.
ding, ding,
I was-
ding, ding,
never
ding.
mind.
All right.
Someone
I'll do
protect
it. I'll do it
Nathaniel.
next. I'll do it next.
Grab the
Protect
man.
Nathaniel at all costs.
I'll die for him.
But yeah, so we'll pick that up next week.
Holy shit.
As the dragon attacks the caravan. And wonderful job.
Hooray!